And good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you may be watching us here in Pasadena. You are tuning in for a good one here. Your Arroyo Seco Saints take on the Orange County Riptide today. Live from Jackie Robinson Field, my name is Tommy Wirtz. To my right for the first time this summer, a fellow intern in the journalism department, stepping into the broadcast booth, my roommate, Lucas Banks. How you doing today, Lucas?
I'm doing great, Tommy. Happy to be here. Happy to be broadcasting for this great Saints team. And, Tommy, you were just out for a week. It's great to have you back with this team as well. Celebrating your Milwaukee Bucks and their NBA championship this past week.
It was a great week for Milwaukee sports, but back in Pasadena, we're here for the Saints. The Saints now falling their last game last night to the Santa Barbara Foresters, losing 1-0 in an absolute pitcher's duel. Moved to 15-8 in conference play, good for second place in the CCL South. The Orange County Riptide 11-13 in conference play, trying to work their way up into a playoff spot.
Yeah, and the Saints game last night, it was a tough one for the Saints to drop. A really low-scoring, quick game, but great pitching, as we've seen all season. John Chomko had a great start for him, striking out 9 guys in 4 innings. A lot of nasty pitches, a lot of looking strikeouts for our team, too. And that's a tough Foresters team, and so to even get that close to that game, it's a good building block for this one right here tonight.
Saints 3-1 versus the Foresters this year, as well as 3-1 versus the Riptide. Last game went into extra innings. It was 13-12, the final score after 12. Let's get into the starting lineups first for the Riptide. Batting first, playing shortstop today, Diaz out of Vanderbilt. The right fielder batting second, Colton Freeman out of Dartmouth. The designated hitter today out of UNLV, Austin Krizwick. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter from UConn, center fielder, Terrence Simmons. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Gavin Heimovitz out of Santa Barbara City College. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Reid Spenrath out of TCU. Batting seventh, the catcher, Blake Penso out of UC Irvine. Batting eighth, third baseman Emilio Rosas out of USC, and batting ninth will be Dwight Allen from Georgia. And just underway, it'll be first pitch here, and it is Diaz taking on David Vizcaino for the Saints. And Vizcaino from the windup, and the first pitch of the game is going to be a called strike to Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz, drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks this past MLB draft, but still playing for the Riptide and is having a great season for them. Hitting 300, got 11 RBIs on the year. He's great talent at shortstop.
And Diaz will watch that one for ball, and it'll be evened up 1-1. Diaz was part of that CCL South team for the showcase game a couple weeks ago. One of the 5 representatives for the Riptide. And he takes ball 2.
Vizcaino just trying to paint that outside zone, just a little bit off the plate there, but still a nice pitch.
Vizcaino, last time he was out was in San Luis Obispo. Went 2 innings of hitless baseball, just the 1 walk, and was the starter in that game. As that one's fired down the right field line, it'll sail foul, and the count will be even now 2-2.
I'd like to see Vizcaino get ahead in the count of these hitters, really attack the zone with that fastball, and then use his off-speed stuff to finish him off once he's got 2 strikes on him like he does now.
And Vizcaino out of UC Irvine was a late riser for the Saints, but very glad that they found him later on in the year, the 2-2. Good to stay off of that is Diaz, and the count will now be full.
That's a good 2-2 pitch. You got 1 pitch to work with, so dropping that curveball down below the zone, trying to get a chase from your leadoff, from the Riptide leadoff man. It's a good pitch.
And Diaz has been near the leadoff spot all year for the Riptide. He'll take the full count pitch, and he'll slice it away and stay alive for another one.
That's just the typical fight-me-off swing right there from Diaz. Nothing he could really drive, but want to just fight that one off and try to get another pitch to hit.
Taking the first batter deep into account, 7 pitches now for Vizcaino. And a good at-bat so far from Diaz. The second full count pitch. It's going to miss, and the leadoff man will reach via the walk.
Now batting for the Riptide, right fielder, number 17, Colton Freeman.
And after the walk, that'll bring up Colton Freeman, playing right field today, the Ivy Leaguer out of Dartmouth.
He's a long and lanky guy, 6'3", 205 pounds, and he's having another great season for the Riptide. He leads the team in hits and also has 15 RBIs to go along with a .329 batting average. A great two-hole hitter for them.
And Freeman taking his hacks today against Vizcaino. We'll watch the first pitch again, and Vizcaino will be ahead 0-1.
Attacking that outside corner right again, getting ahead early.
Vizcaino looking to work back after allowing the leadoff walk to Diaz. And that pitch will be just high. It'll be 1-1 now. Vizcaino's from the stretch now with the runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Freeman's going to get a piece of it. It's going to slice out of play, and it'll be a foul ball, and now Vizcaino finds himself up 1-2.
Yeah, I like to see Vizcaino throwing strikes, allowed that leadoff walk, but still is attacking hitters here. And let's see if he can really put this one away. Let's get a ground ball, maybe roll one up for the Saints.
Vizcaino going to keep the ball low, hopefully in the zone, looking for that ground ball, like you said, Lucas. And he's going to get it. McMurray's going to field it over at first, throws over to Boning, goes back over to Vizcaino. They'll get the lead runner at second, but it'll be a fielder's choice on the 3-6-1.
Really athletic play by Jake McMurray over there at first base. Had to stretch out for that one and then set his feet and throw a nice ball over to Brandon Boney at shortstop, covering second on that play.
And a good play for the Saints. Didn't get the double play they would want, but one down, the lead runner out, and that'll bring up the designated hitter out of UNLV, Austin Krizwick. And the first pitch from Vizcaino will be inside, but it'll be called a strike, 0-1.
First pitch strike again for Vizcaino. That's back-to-back for this start to the game.
Vizcaino just allowed the one walk in his last outing and hasn't been too crazy behind the plate over there for T. Lins so far today for Tanner Linsley. Vizcaino, known for keeping his composure and coming in these moments for the Saints when things might get sticky. That one's going to miss just outside, 1-1.
Yeah, I think Milam's just looking for a couple of strong innings out of Vizcaino tonight. His last start only going 2 innings, but 2 strong innings at that. And I think, trying to get him at least to go 2, maybe 3 tonight would be huge for the Saints. Work into that bullpen later.
And quickly working there, 1-1. It'll be just high, and it'll now be 2-1 to Krizwick. And you mentioned some of these guys are on innings caps or pitch counts from their college coaches over in summer ball, but if Milam's allowed to work him, he will. And Vizcaino proved that he could maybe go farther into ball games in his last outing, as it's going to be a steal attempt from Freeman. Linsley's going to throw down, not going to be in time. And it'll be a stolen base for Colton Freeman.
Yeah, he had a great jump there. Not much T. Lins could do from behind the dish, but he made a decent throw. Just Freeman was too fast to get to that base. So now runner in scoring position now for the Riptide. And Krizwick will look to drive him in.
Meanwhile, the pitch was called a strike. The count's now evened up 2-2 to Austin Krizwick as Colton Freeman takes his lead now at second base. Vizcaino looking over to him. And the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball over to Brandon Boning. He makes those look easy on the run, and they got him.
Brandon Boning throwing on the run. One of the prettiest sights to see for this Saints team. Really reminds me of Brandon Crawford, shortstop for the San Francisco Giants, that first-place team. Really smooth with the ball, got a great arm at their shortstop.
Yeah, Brandon Boning's been doing it all year, something we expect from him. Almost seems like he throws better when he's on the run as opposed to when he's got his feet set.
Definitely very comfortable. Almost all of those throws are going straight to the glove of McMurray, right there, right to the target.
And now that'll be the 4 spot up. Terrence Simmons out of UConn, playing center field today, is now up with 2 down and Freeman on second. Vizcaino allowed a leadoff walk, then a fielder's choice. And that one's going to be a ground ball just past the pitcher. Going to be a tough play for Cobb. He's going to throw on the run, and he's got him. And that'll end the top of the first. No hits allowed for Vizcaino. And we're heading to the bottom of the first with Bradshaw, McMurray, and Cowley coming up for the Arroyo Seco Saints. And after a scoreless top half of the first, now the Saints will get the bats up against Cade Connolly, the lefty, for the Orange County Riptide out of the University of Santa Clara. And it'll be Connor Bradshaw to leave things off, followed by Jake McMurray. Drew Cowley in the 3 spot, Josh Cowden playing right field, batting 4th today. Tanner Linsley behind the dish in the 5 spot. Jag Burden batting 6th. And Connor Bradshaw's going to get things started before I can even finish the lineup. First pitch swinging right up the middle. And seems like we say that a lot. Connor Bradshaw with the leadoff hit.
Yeah, you know, he's been a solid leadoff hitter for the Saints this season, hitting an astonishing .407 for the summer. 4 home runs, 21 RBIs out of the leadoff spot, the second most on the team from the leadoff spot as well.
Very productive leadoff spot, the Pepperdine Wave, showing that he is worth it on the Saints. And that'll bring up Jake McMurray from Oral Roberts, and he'll take the first pitch for a strike.
Connor Bradshaw on first. He is one to try and steal a base as well, so we'll be on the lookout for that as Jake McMurray steps in here. 0-1 in the count to him.
And the lefty on the mound, we'll see the leads probably shorten. Connolly's going to fire in now. 0-2 quickly on McMurray.
And McMurray's a great contact hitter, likes to put the ball in play. And down 0-2, he's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He knows how to work that bat.
Connolly working at his own pace now after giving up the leadoff single to Bradshaw, and that one will be low and in the dirt for ball 1, and it'll be 1-2 to McMurray.
Yeah, great take there by McMurray. Trying to fight off pitches, anything close, but leaving those ones down in the zone that could catch him swinging.
Very disciplined at the plate this season so far, Jake McMurray. The 1-2 to him, puts it in play. Connolly's going to look over to second. Bradshaw was running fast. He'll just go to first for the easy play. It'll be a fielder's choice. And Drew Cowley will now step in, the Cal Poly Pomona Bronco. With a runner on second, Connor Bradshaw and only 1 down.
Great scoring opportunity here for the Saints. Their 2 best hitters on the team this year, Connor Bradshaw and Drew Cowley. With Bradshaw in scoring position and Drew up to bat right now, he's been one of the most consistent players in the league this summer.
And Connolly, the southpaw, getting the start today with a very lefty-heavy lineup for the Saints, as usual. But Drew Cowley has been hitting lefties, righties. If you threw it with your feet, he'd probably hit it too pretty far.
Drew Cowley can hit anything, man. He's a great hitter.
And the 1-0 from Connolly. Drew Cowley's going to get under it a little bit. Should be an easy play out there in center field for Simmons. And there'll be 2 down now in the bottom of the first.
Good off-speed pitch there from Connolly. Had Drew Cowley a little bit out in front and dipped the shoulder a little bit on that pop up to center field. But now Josh Cowden coming up to bat, another RBI machine for this Saints team.
And the milkman out of BYU from Payson, Utah, Josh Cowden to take his hacks. You mentioned how great he is with the bat. Just as good as watching the pitches go by. Leads the team with 20 walks, very disciplined, and he'll take ball 1 there from Connolly.
Yeah, Cowden likes to find his pitch and really drive the ball. He's been swinging the bat great lately. 2 hits in the last 3 games that he's played in each of those games, with a home run against the Oaks a couple days ago.
And the 1-0 from Cowden. He's going to take this time 1-1. 3 home runs on the year for Cowden. Good for second on the team with Drew Cowley. Jackson Cobb also homering in that game as well versus the Oaks. As Cowden's going to take a big hack there, fooled by the breaking ball. It'll be 1-2 now.
That's a good pitch from Connolly. That breaking ball down in the zone, but still in that bottom part of the zone. Tough pitch to hit and tough to lay off as well.
Bradshaw reached via the leadoff single, then was moved over by a McMurray ground ball, and then Drew Cowley flies out. And that's how we've gotten to this point, as Cowden's going to foul that one away. He's down 1-2 with 2 down.
Yeah, good job by Cowden to fight off that pitch. That's another tough breaking ball. Great spot by Connolly, but Cowden just fools the nice pitch and gets to see another one here.
The 1-2 from Connolly to Cowden. And they'll say he went, and it'll ring him up. It'll be a strikeout for Connolly. Allows the 1 hit, no runs come across, but we have a scoreless first inning as we head to the second with Heimovitz, Spenrath, and Penso up for the Riptide. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading off for the Riptide.
0-0 here in the top of the second inning at Jackie Robinson Field. David Vizcaino, the UC Irvine Anteater, out there for his second inning of work. He'll be faced with taking on Gavin Heimovitz from Santa Barbara City College. He'll lead off the top of the second.
Yeah, and Heimovitz just joined the team this past week. He's only played in a couple of games, but .538 batting average and 3 RBIs in his short time here with the Riptide.
And his first pitch he'll see from Vizcaino will be fired in for strike one, and he'll quickly be ahead 0-1. Vizcaino, pretty harmless top half of the first. Just allowed the walk. And the curveball will drop into the dirt and even the count up 1-1.
Yeah, and that was another first pitch strike for Vizcaino. He's really attacking these hitters and making them be aggressive with the bat, forcing the defense to make plays.
Making a quick pace here, too. The fastball will be high, but it'll catch the zone and be quickly ahead now 1-2.
Heimovitz didn't really like the call there, but that was right there in the zone. Good pitch by Vizcaino.
Let's see if Vizcaino continues to work quick. He does. From the windup, the pitch. It's going to be hit to left field for Heimovitz. It's going to drop in front of Burden, and the quick pitch will not work. It'll be the first hit for the Riptide, courtesy of Gavin Heimovitz.
Yeah, Vizcaino hung that breaking ball a little bit. Would have liked to finish that breaking ball and end that low in the zone or in the dirt even with a 1-2 count on Heimovitz there. But now runner on first for the Riptide, and Vizcaino will just have to go out and attack the next hitter.
Gave up the leadoff runner via the walk in the top of the first. This one reaches via the single. It's going to be Reid Spenrath, the 6th spot out of Texas Christensen University. And he's coming up swinging big on Vizcaino, and another first pitch strike.
Yeah, Spenrath hitting at .227 this year, but he did have 3 hits in Thursday's loss to the Oaks this past week. So it's got a bit of confidence in that bat right now.
Vizcaino from the stretch. Doesn't look to be worrying about the runner at first. Finds it low and away on the corner. And Spenrath just making sure he knew where that pitch was. But regardless, he'll be down 0-2.
Vizcaino again attacking these hitters. And let's see if he can really finish those off-speed pitches and keep them out of the zone to get him to chase.
And he blows it right past Spenrath. And it'll be a quick 1-2-3, and our first out of the top of the second.
Spenrath was barely in there. That was the quickest at-bat I've seen all day.
Quick at-bat for Spenrath, swinging at strike 3. And now it's going to be Blake Penso, the teammate of David Vizcaino from UC Irvine. With 1 down and a runner at first. Vizcaino from the stretch. He's going to check the runner. And no tag from McMurray. He'll be safe over there, Heimovitz.
And Penso also joined the team recently. Just on July 16th was his first game, and he hit a home run in that game to go along with 3 RBIs for the rest of his couple games this season.
And Vizcaino's going to throw over again. This one closer on Heimovitz. Still will be safe. And a nice debut from Penso. Always nice to homer in your debut for your summer team, especially when you're joining late. The team already has a little bit of a dynamic. That one's going to be fouled back into the glove, and it'll be 0-1 now to Penso.
Vizcaino's got great control of that fastball right now. He's really locating the outside corner, and that's tough to drive for these Riptide hitters. Really good for Vizcaino to get ahead. Another first pitch strike right there.
0-1 to Penso, and Vizcaino really concerned about Heimovitz at first. His 3rd time checking him now. This time he'll be safe again. 1 down here in the top of the second. Gavin Heimovitz at first base, reaching via the leadoff single. And Vizcaino, his fastball is working in the second. He's now ahead 0-2 to Blake Penso.
He blew that one right by Penso. That higher fastball, hard to catch up for these Riptide hitters.
Let's see if he comes back to it or back to his breaking ball that we've seen today. Hung one to Heimovitz. That's how he got to first base via the leadoff single. And Vizcaino and the pitch. It's the fastball, and he blows it right by him for his 2nd strikeout of the inning.
That's back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts for Vizcaino, and the fastball working really well for him. That outside corner yet again, tough to hit, tough to drive, and when they're trying to drive that ball, it just scooted right by him.
Not even worried about the secondary stuff. Linsley just throwing down the ones. Bring the fastball. 2 down now, and Emilio Rosas, the USC Trojan, will take the bat. And Vizcaino will check Heimovitz again, his 4th time doing that this inning.
Good to keep those runners close and make sure you're still paying attention to them. There was a stolen base last inning, so he's trying to keep those runners on first base.
Colton Freeman with the stolen base last inning. And Vizcaino, this one doesn't get past him, but the foul ball will work as another first pitch strike.
And Rosas hitting at 254, but just 3 for his last 19, so struggling a little bit for the Riptide. But he's going to be looking to get another fastball here and try to turn on it.
Vizcaino liking his fastball this inning. Quickly ahead 0-1 to Rosas. And that one's going to be fouled off by Rosas. It'll get out of play. And now Vizcaino has a chance to go 9 straight pitches and 3 strikeouts. Not quite the immaculate inning after giving up the leadoff single, but would work back to it.
Again on that outside corner, Vizcaino throwing heat with those fastballs. See if he works up the ladder a little bit. He's been kind of going up there with this last hitter.
0-2 to Rosas, Vizcaino from the stretch. The pitch, low, but it is the fastball. And it'll be 1-2 now to Rosas.
Still ahead in the count, got a lot of pitches to work with, and with 2 outs here, he's just trying to finish off this last hitter. Trying to get the Saints back in the dugout and back out to bat.
And not much happening after the leadoff single. Vizcaino's been working quick. And now he's going to have the 1-2 pitch to Rosas. Runner's going, and it's going to sneak between third and short. And Burton's going to try to throw over to the runner who advances to third as he was running. It's Heimovitz. And it's going to be a single for Emilio Rosas that moves Heimovitz from first to third on the hit and run. And now runners are at the corners for Dwight Allen, the left fielder today for the Riptide.
Yeah, and that last pitch by Vizcaino just caught a little too much of the plate with 2 strikes on him and only 1 ball. I'd like to see that hit a little more of the outside corner, but, you know, he's still working and trying to get this next guy out right here. Still got 2 outs.
Dwight Allen, the Georgia Bulldog, taking his hacks from the right-handed batter's box, will face David Vizcaino with runners at the corners. And that curveball was located nicely. Looked like it was going to hit Allen, came right back in, strike 1.
And like we said again, another first pitch strike. Vizcaino's really attacking that zone. Aaron Milam's got to be happy with the way his pitcher's working right now.
Quickly 0-1 on the breaking ball to Dwight Allen. Runners at the corners, the pitch from Vizcaino. This breaking ball doesn't find the zone, and it'll be evened up now 1-1.
Has been sticking with that fastball until this at bat. 2 first pitch curveballs now. Trying to locate that pitch, but still got 1 of those strikes on him.
Count even up 1-1 to Allen. And Vizcaino will deliver. This fastball gets away from him high. It'll be 2-1. Inning started with a Gavin Heimovitz leadoff single. Then David Vizcaino making quick work of Spenrath and Penso. 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts. And then Emilio Rosas on the hit and run, able to get Heimovitz over to third. Now we're here. Runners at the corners. A ground ball over to Boning. He's going to go to second to Cobb. It'll be the easy play and the 3rd out of the top of the 2nd. Couple of runners left on for the Riptide, but Vizcaino works out of it. And we'll head now to the bottom of the 2nd, all tied up at 0 with Linsley, Burden, and Boning up for the Saints. And 2 runners left on for the Orange County Riptide in the top of the second, but none will come across, and Cade Connolly will be on his second inning of work, this time facing the lefty catcher today, Tanner Linsley. His first pitch to Linsley is a curveball in the dirt, ball 1.
Great take there. Not looking for that off-speed pitch on the first pitch of the at-bat for Linsley.
And Connolly working quick. And that one's going to be high and away and quickly down 2-0 to Linsley.
And Tanner Linsley has raised his batting average about 100 points since July 10th, so he's been swinging the bat a lot better. Had a four-hit game mixed in there right here at Jackie Robinson Stadium.
Linsley really hitting the ball to all fields now. And with 2 balls ahead in the count, he'll take that one. And it'll be a strike. Now 2-1 to Linsley. And Connolly working quick. It'll be 3-1 with that one missing outside. Hitters count for Linsley.
And Tanner's just going to be looking to drive the ball the opposite field right here, I think.
And Connolly pitch virtually in the same spot. This time it's called a strike, and the count's now full to Linsley.
A little lower, a little more towards the plate. Caught that outside corner there.
Connolly continuing to work fast. The full count pitch. It's going to ring up Linsley. And the full count pitch will be a strikeout for Cade Connolly and the first out of the bottom of the second.
Yeah, and that last strikeout pitch was pretty much the exact same pitch as the 3-1 pitch there. And Tanner just thought that one was a little more outside. Ended up catching a little bit of the plate.
Saw 6 pitches, didn't swing at any of them. 3 were called balls, 3 were called strikes. And that'll be Jag Burden now in the 6-hitter for the Saints. And that one's going to be well outside for Connolly, ball 1.
Yeah, another lefty for this Saints team. Left-handed heavy team. And facing a left-handed pitcher could be tough for them.
And Burden's going to catch up to that one, but it'll be fouled behind the backstop. And the count will be evened up 1-1.
Jag Burden's been a consistent piece of this lineup for the Saints. Great defensive outfielder, and has gotten a couple big hits for the Saints too.
And that one's going to get away from Connolly and Penso. It'll be 2-1 to Jag Burden. And you said Burden, very common face to see in the lineup for head coach Aaron Milam. He's been there since the beginning and has near the top in games played for the Saints as well, with Connor Bradshaw and Drew Cowley, of course. His name's always in there too. That one missed for a ball. It's 3-1 to Burden. And a good at-bat will be a walk with 1 down. And Jag Burden's got the free pass.
Now Brandon Boning coming up for the Saints. It's been hot recently. A lot of hits in his last couple of games. Hitting at 255, but with 14 RBIs. A good run producer for the Saints as well this year.
Really has come around with some pop in his bat the last few weeks. He's been driving the ball into left field with a lot of consistency over the last few weeks. And a couple of doubles in San Luis Obispo. And that one is a shot to center field. Simmons is going back. Let's see if he can chase it. And he will make the catch. And Burden will have to go back to first.
That's a good piece by Brandon Boning. Deep to center. And center fielder had to jump a little bit there at the fence, but ended up being a rather routine play for him. But still great contact for Boning. He'll try to straighten that one out a little bit better next time.
Boning swinging, first pitch will fly out. There's 2 down now for the newcomer, Tommy Castillo. Just 5 ABs from Long Beach State. Has reached via a hit and a walk in his first 2 games on both of those as he takes the first pitch for ball 1.
And Castillo's looked good in his at-bat so far this season for the Saints. Only in a couple of games, but yeah, 2 for 5 with 2 of those walks as well.
And a rip from Castillo. It's going to sneak through the middle infield, and he'll have a single that'll extend this inning. And there's 2 down with runners at second and first now for Jackson Cobb.
Great piece for Castillo, working up the middle. That's what you would love to see from the Saints center fielder. And now bringing up Jackson Cobb here, who's also been swinging a real hot bat recently.
Cobb batting .337 on the year, 1 for 4 against the Foresters yesterday. And as you mentioned earlier, a big home run in Thousand Oaks a couple games ago. He's swinging first pitch again. This one looks to be an easy fly ball to Simmons, and it will end the inning. 2 runners reach for the Saints, but none come around. We're through 2 innings here at Jackie Robinson Field, and we're still scoreless. We head to the top of the 3rd here in Pasadena.
Shortstop, number 5, Diaz.
Couple runners reach for the Saints in the bottom of the 2nd, but nothing able to come across. David Vizcaino out for his 3rd inning of work, and he's back to the top of the order. Diaz, a walk in his last at-bat, and he'll take the first pitch again here for ball 1. Vizcaino had 2 runners reach last inning, but was able to get out of the jam with 2 outs, and he misses low and away there. It'll be ball 2 now to Diaz.
And Diaz had a great at-bat in the first inning, worked that walk, and saw a lot of different pitches out of Vizcaino.
Vizcaino seems to be going back to the breaking ball. The fastball was what got him out of the last inning, and he goes back to it there, this time just missing. And he'll be behind 3-0 to the leadoff man, Diaz.
And that's a good spot there, trying to reach that outside corner like he's been doing consistently, but just missed there.
And 3-0 from Vizcaino. No swing from Diaz as usual, and a strike will make it 3-1.
Yeah, as you said, Diaz being a really patient hitter so far today and throughout the whole season. Trying to see a couple more pitches out of Vizcaino.
Vizcaino looking to work back from down 3-0. That pitch, it's going to be high and in, and Diaz will reach via the walk again.
2 leadoff walks for Diaz. Definitely something the Riptide are looking for out of their leadoff man.
And Vizcaino has seemed to only have command issues when facing Diaz. His 2 walks today, both have come with him at the plate. And now Colton Freeman, who reached via the fielder's choice. His first at-bat now takes his 2nd hacks. And Vizcaino's going to check the runner. No tag from McMurray. He'll be in there safely.
And Freeman hitting a ground ball in his first at-bat. And Vizcaino would love to get another one right here. Got a great defense behind him. They make a lot of plays out there for the Saints.
And Vizcaino will fire that one in. And there's the first pitch strike to Freeman, 0-1.
Yeah, it really is only Davis Diaz that's been giving Vizcaino trouble. Everybody else, he's been pitching really ahead in the count, getting early strikes.
Vizcaino looks very good on the mound, very poised and confident. He's going to check over. Been doing a lot of pickoff moves as well. We saw it with Heimovitz last inning. And now Davis Diaz, 2 of them already with Freeman. Ground ball to first his last time up to McMurray, went to 2. got the lead runner, was unable to get back. And Vizcaino breaking ball doesn't come back into the zone. Count's going to be evened up 1-1 now to Freeman.
You got to finish those breaking balls. Left that one a little bit up, but it didn't catch much of the zone. It wasn't easy to hit either, so not too much hurt there.
Count now evened up 1-1 to Freeman, and he's going to rip that one over to second base. Cobb's going to be able to field it. He's only going to have a play at first, and Freeman will move the runner over, but there is one down now for the Riptide.
Great job by Vizcaino getting that ground ball. Not quite hard enough to turn to, but an easy play for Jackson Cobb there at second base, and we'll take the one out.
One down now for Austin Krizwick, the UNLV Rebel and the designated hitter today for the Riptide. Ground ball victim his last time up, Brandon Boning, courtesy of the assist last time up.
A lot of extra consonants in Krizwick's name. Kind of hard to read at first, but when you simplify it out, it's not that hard to say.
Yeah, it looks a lot more intimidating than it really is. This one's going to be another ground ball. It's going to get between third and short. They're going to hold up Diaz at third, and Burden throws it into Cowley. Runners will be at the corners with one down after the single from Krizwick.
And Vizcaino, another ground ball there. Just happened to find a hole between Cowley and Boning. It's a good pitch and exactly what you're looking for to get that ground ball, and he's going to be looking for another one right here.
It's going to be Terrence Simmons, the Yukon Husky, taking his hacks now against Vizcaino. Runners at the corners. Davis Diaz at third, reaching via the leadoff walk. And Austin Krizwick, the single. And Vizcaino takes a little bit off that one and finds the zone against Simmons for 0-1.
Simmons, one of the most dangerous hitters for this Riptide team, leads the team in home runs, and he's 7 for his last 14 with 2 homers in that span and 7 RBIs.
Very good stand right now for Simmons. Vizcaino looking to close that down, and getting ahead 0-2 now after the fastball should help his case.
Yeah, Vizcaino not shaken by that hit or the base runners at all. He's still attacking that zone, hitting the inside corner to this hitter right here, Simmons.
0-2 now. Vizcaino from the stretch. Krizwick at first, Davis at third. The pitch, it's going to be a ground ball. Cobb, he's only going to have a play at one, and no one was covering the base. McMurray went over to look for it. Vizcaino didn't get off the bump fast enough. And the Saints going to walk away with no outs, and a run comes across the score on the infield single, I would assume.
Yeah, that was tough. Vizcaino looked like he was trying to get the ball at first and then just hesitated for a second trying to cover first base for McMurray. But he wasn't able to get there in time. And Jackson Cobb just threw it to him, but he wasn't on the base.
And now runners will be at second and first. It's Krizwick and Simmons for Gavin Heimovitz from Santa Barbara City College. A single his last time up was the first hit for the Riptide. And he gets the bat around there. It'll be a foul ball, 0-1 from Vizcaino.
And Heimovitz with that single continuing his hot start for his Riptide career. Bumping that average even higher than it was before, where it was at 538 before.
Davis Diaz came around to score on the leadoff walk. And now Vizcaino looking to find his ground ball to get him out of this inning. And a curveball there that starts out, finishes back in. It's 0-2 to Heimovitz. And this is where he was to him last time, though.
Yeah, we'd like to see him 0-2, but he's got to finish these hitters. The last hitter was 0-2 too, and ended up with that infield single, so that's tough for Vizcaino.
Quickly 0-2 on Heimovitz. The pitch, it's fouled off, and he'll stay alive against Vizcaino.
Heimovitz way out in front on that one. Lucky to even get a piece of that. Barely just cued it over towards the Riptide dugout.
0-2 to Heimovitz. And one down in the top of the third. The first run coming across. Davis Diaz on the leadoff walk. And there's still 2 ducks on the pond. This one again out in front of it. It's going to find its way through second and third. Krizwick's going to try to score. Burden's throwing it in home. There'll be no play. And it'll be 2-0 in favor of the Riptide.
Yeah, that's hard for Vizcaino. Gets another slow ground ball, but they're just finding holes today for this Riptide team. Another one between short and third base. And it was slow enough so that the runner from second could score on that, making it 2-0 Riptide.
And that was Heimovic's second single. This one brings across a run and gets an RBI. And now Reid Spenrath out of TCU has runners at second and first, one down, still only in the inning. And Vizcaino's now given up 2. As he said, Vizcaino has been able to find the ground ball. They've just been finding the holes through the infield, and that one's going to miss inside. And Vizcaino's now behind 1-0 to Spenrath.
Yeah, not much you could do on those ground balls. Vizcaino's just got to keep his composure here. Still got 1 out, and he's still 1 ground ball away from getting out of this inning really easily.
And a big fastball from Vizcaino. He'll quickly even the count up 1-1 to Spenrath.
And he got Spenrath on a bunch of fastballs last at bat for Spenrath, so I think Vizcaino's going to continue to attack him with those fastballs.
1-1 quickly to Spenrath. Vizcaino the pitch. It's blowing right past him. 1-2 now to Spenrath.
That heater from Vizcaino just blowing it right past Spenrath again. See if he goes back to that fastball. Got 2 strikes on him now.
Struck him out with the fastball his last time up, and 2 of them have been right past him. Spenrath might be out in front of it now this time. Let's see what he goes back to. It's the fastball. He gets a piece of it this time, but it'll be out of play and fouled off, and the count will remain 1-2.
Good location there by Vizcaino, keeping it low in the zone. Tough to drive. And he's going to be looking to just keep pounding that lowest part of the zone.
Spenrath was Vizcaino's first strikeout. And looking to be his third again. This one a lazy fly ball in between left field. And it's going to be Jag Burden making the play. And a very quiet out. And it'll be the second out of the inning after the fly ball to Burden.
Yeah, Spenrath out in front on that one. Really just hit it off the end of the bat. Barely cued it out there. Easy fly ball for Burden. And that's a big out for Vizcaino with a runner in scoring position.
Runner at second and first for Blake Penso. Struck out to his UCI teammate in the first inning. Rather, his first at-bat in the second inning. And Vizcaino looking to repeat that. Can only worry about the runner now at the plate. And that will be fired in again for a first pitch strike.
Another first pitch strike for Vizcaino. Really hitting that outside corner. Attacking all the way.
Quickly ahead 0-1 now to Penso. He looks over at second. And delivers the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt, and it's now evened up 1-1. Inning started with a leadoff walk from Davis Diaz. After a single from Krizwick and a single from Simmons, he got his way around. And then Heimovic's another single. And 2 have come across in the top of the third. Vizcaino, the 1-1. This one just misses the zone, low and away. It'll be 2-1 to Penso.
That's a good breaking ball from Vizcaino. Tough to lay off. Looked like Penso thought about going and then held up the swing there. But sweeping outside and getting out of the zone, that's a good pitch from Vizcaino right there.
2-1 to Penso. Vizcaino, this one well up and in. And he'll be down 3-1. Hitters count now for Penso.
With Rosas on deck, who got a hit off him last time. This is a big pitch for Vizcaino. Really going to have to get in that strike zone, but trying to hit the corner so he doesn't leave a too easy pitch to hit.
A walk would load the bases for, like you said, Emilio Rosas on deck. 3-1 from Vizcaino, fouled off by Penso. The count now going to be full.
Yeah, good fastball there by Vizcaino. Now with 2 strikes on him, he might seem to go back to that curveball that he just missed on earlier in the at-bat. But that fastball's been working well for him as well. Been able to get that in the zone consistently.
Count's full now. Runners at second and first for Blake Penso. And Vizcaino from the stretch. Runners are on the move. He got him out in front of it. And Penso will go down for his second strikeout of the day. But 2 runs will come across for the Orange County Riptide. And they'll take a quick 2-0 lead. And it'll be Bradshaw, McMurray, and Cowley due up for the Saints in the bottom of the third.
For the Saints.
2 runs come across in the top of the third, so the Orange County Riptide take an early 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. But the top of the order, and Connor Bradshaw starting us off in the bottom of the third for the Saints. Bradshaw reaching via the single. Swinging first pitch last time. Let's see what he does. Same thing here. This one not going to be between the lines. It'll be out of play and quickly down 0-1.
Not your typical leadoff hitter. Has a lot of power and likes to swing at the first pitch. A lot of leadoff guys like to take and see a lot of pitches out of him. Connor Bradshaw's really aggressive out there.
Conley working quick. This time Bradshaw swinging again. It's going to be a ground ball over to second, and it'll be in time to get Bradshaw. It's a nice play over there by Heimovitz.
Heimovitz bobbled it for a second, and it looked like maybe Bradshaw was going to beat it out. Ended up being a close play, but good play by Heimovitz over there at second.
Well, he said he likes to swing at the first pitch. He also swings at the second one. Just 2 pitches in his second at-bat for Bradshaw. And now Jake McMurray will face Connolly. And he'll take the first pitch. That one will find the zone. It'll be 0-1.
Yeah, whatever works over there for Bradshaw. You know, he's in 400, so he can kind of do whatever he wants, and it seems to be working for him.
So, yeah, sounds like it. Bradshaw, like you said, been one of the best hitters, along with Drew Cowley, and the man at the plate right now, Jake McMurray. Just took the last pitch. Counts now evened up 1-1. And Connolly has had a very quick pace to the game. And McMurray behind a little bit on a fastball. And the count will be 1-2.
McMurray hitting at 321. He's got hits in all but 2 of his league games this season, in the games that he started.
Connolly the 1-2. McMurray patient at the plate. Evens the count up 2-2.
Another 2-strike count for McMurray, but like we said earlier, he likes to hit with 2 strikes, and he's got a good contact hitter, contact approach up there.
2-2 pitch. McMurray waiting for it. Not going to swing at junk. He works the count back to full. And Connolly continuing to work quick. Full count pitch to McMurray. McMurray's taking a swing. It's going to be Diaz at short. He'll throw over to first. And it'll be 2 down for the Saints.
Yeah, McMurray just rolled it over a little bit on that ground ball. It was up in the zone and was a pitch to drive, but just couldn't quite get a hold of it there.
Just ahead of it was McMurray. Connolly quickly ahead on these hitters. 2 down in the first 2 batters. And Drew Cowley now stepping in, taking the first pitch from Connolly. This one gets away from him. And it'll be 1-0 to Cowley.
Yeah, just the 1 walk for Connolly. But just like Vizcaino, he's been getting ahead of hitters too and forcing a lot of ground balls.
Working at a very quick pace as well, too. And has Drew Cowley swinging big and evening the count up at 1-1 after missing.
That was a big swing from Drew Cowley on that fastball up in the zone, trying to drive it.
We know what he can do with it. So Connolly throws him the curveball low, and it still finds the zone. It's now 1-2 to Cowley.
Drew shaking his head a little bit on that one. It's a good spot there, though, from Connolly.
1-2, working quick again is Connolly. Cowley, that one's going to foul off him. And he's going to step out, shake that one off. Make sure he's all right. Readjust the gloves and step up again.
Connolly went back to that breaking ball, and that one was a little bit lower in the zone, trying to get Cowley to chase outside the zone.
1-2, Cowley showing that he's right on Connolly. And that one's fouled off to left. Count remains 1-2. Connolly this time takes a step off, maybe works a little bit slower, understanding Cowley is on top of him. And he's going to deliver. And Cowley's going to watch that breaking ball leave. It's 2-2.
That's a great take there by Cowley. Connolly's been mixing his speeds well, especially in this at-bat, going between the curveball and the fastball, but Cowley seems to be watching everything and on everything real well.
2-2 count. Cowley gets a piece of it. It's to center field. Simmons is running, and he'll make the catch. A nice play by Terrence Simmons in center will end the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. It remains 2-0 after 3 here at Jackie Robinson Field. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Leading off
Another 1-2-3 inning from Connolly and the Riptide. And Vizcaino will come out for his 4th inning of work. Faced with taking on the 8-9-1 hitters. It'll be Emilio Rosas leading off the top of the 4th. Riptide ahead 2-0. And Vizcaino working quickly. This one low and in the zone. Just outside of it. 1-0.
And Rosas got to hit his last time up. 1 for 1 on the day, the USC product.
And Vizcaino is going to deliver the 1-0. This one's going to be low again. Quickly now 2-0. The patient Rosas.
And Vizcaino out there for his 4th inning of work, his longest outing so far as a Saint. We'll see how he does here in this inning.
And good pitch to get him back in it. Big hack from Rosas on the changeup. 2-1 now.
Yeah, Rosas really swung out of his shoes on that one. Was facing the Saints dugout after he finished his swing.
Was fooled by the breaking speed. And Vizcaino will work now 2-1. Fastball this time. Just overthrows it again. It's low in the zone. 3-1 now to Emilio Rosas.
Yeah, in his fourth inning of work, Vizcaíno's trying to find that zone right here on this first hitter of the inning. But got 3-1 count, going to have to attack the zone here.
Has 2 leadoff walks already, both to Davis Diaz. This time Rosas going to fire it over to third, and Drew Cowley will make the play, and they'll be back in this one after 1 down.
So natural over there at third base, Drew Cowley. Everything looking so smooth defensively. Him and Boning and Cobb and McMurray. The infield defense for this Saints team is really stellar.
Something that this Saints team prides themselves on, their infield defense for sure. Always putting out quality all around the bases. And now Dwight Allen with 1 down will take a first pitch swinging there. It's going to be Castillo out in center. And quickly 2 down now for Vizcaíno and the Saints.
And this is exactly what Vizcaíno needed. A quick inning right here, 2 quick outs. And now to the top of the order in Davis Diaz, who's he's had some trouble throwing strikes to early in this game.
Davis Diaz does not have an official at-bat yet today. 0 for 0, 2 walks. Came around to score on his last one. The first pitch to Vizcaíno. And they're going to say that one missed. It'll be 1-0 to Davis Diaz.
Yeah, it looked like the umpire really thought about that one for a second. He was like, you know what? No, I didn't want to call that low.
Didn't like it. Vizcaíno might go back to it. Let's see. That one, going to have to call it a strike. Right down the middle, 1-1.
Yeah, and that's that outside corner again from Vizcaíno. Pounding that outside corner when he's getting his fastball in the zone. That's tough to hit.
Vizcaíno taking his time from the windup now. The 1-1 to Diaz. This time low again. And now falling behind 2-1.
Yeah, Davis has been putting up great at-bats. And another one here ahead in the count. One of those hitters counts 2-1 now to him.
Vizcaíno, the step and his pitch. Diaz this time is going to get a hit. And that one flies over to right field. And dropping in front of Josh Cowden with 2 down. Davis Diaz fights away the 2-1 and reaches first.
Yeah, and that's why Davis Diaz was drafted by the Diamondbacks. I mean, he's putting together some great at-bats here for the Riptide. On base every time he's been up there, and he's been a problem for Vizcaíno early in this game.
That's his first hit of the ball game, Davis Diaz, but has now reached base all 3 times. He had the walk the last 2 times. Colton Freeman now stepping in to face Vizcaíno. And Freeman swinging early. This one should be an easy play in center field for Castillo. Burden will call him off, actually. And it will be the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit in the inning for Vizcaíno and the Saints. They quickly make work of the Riptide's bottom of the order. And they'll head into the bottom of the 4th down 2-0. It'll be Cowden, Linsley, and Burden when we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading off for the Saints, number 27.
No runs come across in the top of the 4th. We remain with the Riptide in the lead, 2-0 here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. Just past 7 o'clock here, heading into the bottom of the 4th to lead us off, the BYU Cougar, the milkman Josh Cowden. Connolly out for his 4th inning of work. He's going to find the zone there with the breaking ball taken by Cowden, 0-1.
Yeah, that just ticked that inside corner, stayed inside. Looked like it was going to finish a little high, but ended up getting that top part of the zone there.
Connolly has had a really fast pace all day. This time Cowden's going to ground one off to Heimovitz, and he'll throw it over to Spenrath. Second pitch of the AB will result in the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Heimovitz really threw that one hard over there to Spenrath at first base. Had a lot of velocity on that one.
Showing off the cannon from second base. Not one of the faster runners for the Saints either, but
hey, Josh
got here late. Got here late. Wanted to show it off a little bit.
Yeah, you know, he'll get it going.
And it'll be Tanner Linsley now stepping in, taking another pitch, and he'll find himself down 0-1.
Hey, talk about speedster. Tanner Linsley right here as a catcher position.
6'5", long strides on him for sure.
That's what we like to say. Long strides from Tanner Linsley.
And Linsley, after fouling that one off, he'll quickly be down 0-2 at the first pitch he swung at in his first two ABs.
You know, 220 pounds, but he can really get around the bases a little bit.
And Linsley's going to hit that one the other way. It's just going to be right to Diaz, and it'll be the second out of the inning.
A good approach there, though, by Tanner Linsley. What we've seen from him and when he's gotten his good hits in the games, he's been hitting them to that opposite field. So that ball to shortstop, it's a good sign for Linsley right there.
Nicely hit, just hit right at him. Maybe stronger than some of the hits we've seen from the Riptide side. They just find the holes right now. And now Burden walked his last time up. Will face Connolly for a second time and take the first pitch and be ahead 1-0. And this one's taken again. This time the breaking ball finds the zone and Connolly evens it up 1-1.
Yeah, Connolly really working super fast and has gotten a lot of quick outs from all the Saints too.
1-1 from Connolly. That breaking ball, Burden knew it. It found the zone, now 1-2.
And that one hung up a little bit. Burton just didn't pull the string on it. But if he had, it could have been right there in that right center field gap, which is wide open right now. So they're shading him much more to left field.
A little bit of a shift on Burden, the 1-2. This curveball he does get a piece of, but it'll be fouled straight back.
That one again hung up a little bit in the zone. Connolly's lucky that Burden didn't just drive that one all the way to the fence out there.
Burden looking for the curveball again. Will probably be sitting fastball now after receiving two of them in a row. The pitch from Connolly. It's another breaking ball. And just outside, the count will be evened out now 2-2.
Yeah, that's a good take there by Burden. That pitch almost caught that outside of the zone, but it did snake off there a little bit.
Inning started with a ground ball to second from Cowden and a line out from Linsley. Now the 2-2 to Burden, and he takes it and works the count back full to Connolly.
Seeing a lot of pitches here, Burden is. And he had a walk in the first. Now got 3 balls on him right now. We'll see what he does here on this 3-2 pitch.
Full count from Connolly to Burden. Burden's going to take a defensive swing, and it should be an easy fly ball in left field to Allen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a 1-2-3 inning from Connolly. And the Riptide will remain in the lead after 4, 2-0 in favor of Orange County at Jackie Robinson Field. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. We head to the top of the 5th inning at Jackie Robinson Field, and a pitching change for the Saints. Now stepping in for David Vizcaino will be number 28 from Cal State LA, Fino Amador, usually seen in later innings, but coming in to work in some middle relief, and he'll be faced off against Austin Krizwick for the Orange County Riptide. And the first pitch from Amador is going to be high and away, and it'll be ball 1.
Yeah, like you said, Fino, normally a late inning guy. One of his first times pitching early in this game here in the 5th inning here.
And a quick ground ball over to Cobb, and he'll throw it over to McMurray. It'll be an easy out number 1, and Fino Amador's day will start off with a second pitch ground out.
Fino got that great flow out there on the mound. Great hair, probably the best hair on the team. Actually, we had a poll earlier this season determining who had the best hair on the team, and it was Fino. He won the award.
I would say if Head & Shoulders sponsored the All-American team, Fino would be first team for sure. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, look at those locks coming out of his hat right now.
And Amador, after getting the first guy to retire via the ground ball, a check swing that Simmons didn't really want to go after, but it'll go foul. It'll be now 0-1 over to Simmons.
Fino, great bus guy, too. Great guy to sit with on those long bus rides. Really chill guy. Likes to hit out at the beach, play some spike ball. Big spike ball guy as well.
Fino Amador, a great guy for the culture for the Saints.
That's
absolutely. Right. Quickly ahead, 0-1 now to Terrence Simmons. And that one's going to be just outside. The count will be evened up 1-1.
And Fino's pitched well for the Saints this year. He had one tough outing, but besides that, really only given up one other run besides that one outing.
Pitch high in the zone. It's going to catch it. It'll be strike 2 to Simmons. And now Amador can really throw some junk, being ahead 1-2. Simmons had an RBI single his last time up, and he'll be patient from his 4th pitch of the AB and make the count evened up 2-2. Amador delivering the 2-2 pitch. This one spiked into the ground. Good block by Linsley. No one on base, but still want to practice those. The count will now be worked full from Simmons.
Yeah, 3-2 now here to Simmons. A dangerous hitter. Fino's got to find that zone, but not too much of it.
And it's going to be smacked the other way by Simmons. Looks like he found too much of the zone. And Burden will throw it back into Boning, but Terrence Simmons will have his second hit of the day.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting there, though, by Simmons. Went down and kind of got that one and poked it out into left field right between the short and third baseman. Again, another ball between those two out there.
Very nice piece of hitting by Simmons. Amador will allow his first hit in his relief. And he'll be faced off against Gavin Heimovitz. Heimovitz, 2 for 2 already on the day and an RBI in his last appearance. Amador, his first pitch to him will be low for ball 1.
Yeah, and Heimovitz now 9 for 15 with the Riptide. That's a 600 average right there. That is pretty high. Great success for him at the plate.
Double the amount you would take if you're looking for a successful season. And taken again, he's now ahead 2-0 to Amador.
I just did that off the top of my head, too. I didn't even, no calculator, 9 out of 15. That's a 600 batting average right there.
Not too shabby for a journalism intern. Showing off the math skills on the division right there.
That took a little math in my time in high school. Not in college, though. No math in college for me. Got it all done out of high school.
Well, after 3 pitches, if all of them are outside the zone, that'll add up to 3-0 now to Heimovitz.
That is great math from you, Tommy. I'm excited to see that. Wow, impressive.
Amador will try to work back to Heimovitz, and he'll fall behind again. And it'll be taken 4 pitches and a walk from Amador. And the big catcher, Tanner Linsley, will come out to talk to Amador and try to settle him down.
Yeah, 2 runners on now, a single and a walk. And that walk, 4 pitches, not what you'd like to see out of your relief pitcher right here in the 5th inning. But a ground ball could easily get him out of it, right as before.
1 down in the inning. Leadoff man Krizwick grounded over to Jackson Cobb. But Terrence Simmons reaching via the single, and Gavin Heimovitz reaching for his third time today on the walk. And it'll be Reid Spenrath. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a fly ball to left. And Amador keeping it low in the zone, looking for the ground ball. First pitch is high, and it'll be 1-0 to Spenrath.
If Vizcaíno really had Spenrath's number, with that strikeout and the fly ball to left field, Zafino will try to keep him in that same zone.
And that pitch to Spenrath will be fouled off into the glove of Linsley, and he'll now be evened up 1-1.
And that fastball was what Vizcaíno was using to get ahead of Spenrath, and he just seemed to not be able to catch up to him. Zafino doing the same thing as Vizcaíno, following right in his footsteps.
Evening it up, 1-1, Amador. The pitch to Spenrath. Big guy in the plate, but not that tall. It'll be high and away, 2-1. Amador finds himself in a little bit of trouble. Runners at second and first, reaching via the single and the walk. He's going to check the runner at second, delivers the pitch to Spenrath. He's late on it, and he'll foul it off to left, and now the count will be 2-2.
And that's a good pitch by Fino Amador, keeping that low in the zone, but the fastball, like you said, Spenrath late on it again. We'll see if Fino goes back to that fastball that he's been able to locate here.
And now the count evened up at 2. Just one down here in the top of the 5th in Amador's first inning of work. He's usually from the stretch. He continues the curveball there, catches Spenrath looking, and he'll have to walk back to the dugout empty-handed.
Whoo! That was nasty. That was a nasty pitch from Fino Amador. That curveball breaking down, and Spenrath had none chance on that one.
Spenrath caught looking at the curveball, like you said, and now Amador smiling on the mound. He knows he did something nice with that one. He'll be tasked with Blake Penso out of UC Irvine. 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts already, and Amador working quickly. Curveball right back to it. Now ahead 0-1 to Penso.
Another curveball just like that last one he struck out Spenrath with, and Penso didn't want a piece of that one.
Quickly 0-1 to Penso. Amador still checking Simmons at second. And now back to Penso. The fastball just missing outside. It's 1-1 now to Penso.
Looked like that home plate umpire flinched just for a second as if he was going to call that outside fastball, but decided against it. It did seem to get off the plate a little bit.
Thought I saw that too. I didn't know if I was seeing things or not.
Oh, you're not seeing things. It was a little...
A little shoulder shrug in there. The curveball there. It's going to be an easy play to Boning. He'll flip it over to Cobb, and the inning will be over. A little bit of trouble. 2 runners reaching via the single and the walk, but Fino Amador in his first inning of work was able to get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-0 in favor of the Orange County Riptide.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading
Cade
off,
Connolly out for his
number 6,
5th inning
shortstop,
of work
10,
and
Brandon Boning.
has quickly retired the last 6. Brandon Boning stepping in. Fly ball victim his last time up. 2 quick 1-2-3 innings from Connolly. Last 2 out here. Boning trying to switch things up a little bit. And he'll take the curveball for strike 1 to start the bottom of the 5th.
And Boning hit that ball hard his last time out. A drive to deep center, and the center fielder Simmons made a good catch on it.
And that curveball finishes just high, and the count will be evened up now 1-1.
Looked like Connolly kind of wanted that call there, but it was a little high.
Connolly continuing to work fast, and Boning a little bit behind on it. Now 1-2, he'll step out in order to get some time to take a breath. He steps back in. Connolly will continue to work quick. The 1-2 from him. It's going to be fouled off by Boning, and it'll remain 1-2.
And Boning leading off here for the Saints. Got Castillo and Cobb coming up after him. Both had some good at-bats as well.
Curveball again from Connolly. It's going to be outside. Count's going to be evened up 2-2. Seen a lot of curveballs from Connolly in this AB to Boning. And we'll see what he goes back to here on the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball low in the zone. It's going to be some sort of swinging bunt. It's called a fair ball. Fielded by Emilio Rosas, but no throw over there. I thought it was going to go foul. And it'll be an infield single from Boning.
Hey, that's a line shot in the scorebook. All we see right there is a nice 1B. Nice single for Brandon Boning.
Looks just the same as if you hit it to the outfield. Brandon Boning getting his first hit of the ball game. And the leadoff man is now on. And Tommy Castillo, singling his last time up, will now have a runner on first. And he'll take the first pitch and be ahead of Connolly 1-0.
And Connolly out of the stretch now. Big to get that leadoff hitter on. Trying to work something together here with Castillo up now.
Connolly now definitely slowing things down with the runner on. Castillo gets the bunt sign. He'll pull away at the high fastball and be ahead of Connolly now 2-0. Boning at first. Connolly delivers. Castillo swinging. It's a nice pick by Diaz. He'll go to second for 1, and at first it'll be a double play. 6-4-3 for the Riptide.
That was a great play there by Diaz. Great pick and off-balance throw there to second. And then second baseman Heimovitz, we know he's got a good arm. We talked about his cannon earlier. He threw that one right over to first base and nabbed Castillo. Fast runner there at first base.
Very nice play. Efficiency from the Riptide. Unfortunately, it's a momentum killer for the Saints. Connolly will get to work out of the windup again, and I'm sure we'll see him continue to work fast. There he is. First pitch to Cobb, finds the zone, and quickly ahead 0-1.
And that's a great first pitch there from Connolly, striking that outside corner of the zone. Tough one to hit.
His pace definitely changes when he has runners on versus when he doesn't. That one, curveball, low and scooped by Penso, and the count's evened up 1-1 to Cobb. That one, 5 feet in front of the plate. 2-1 to Cobb.
Yeah, and you said his pace changes when there's runners on. If the Saints can just get a couple of base runners, it seems like they could really get a rally going here against Connolly. Just need to get him out of his rhythm right now.
Connolly working very smoothly. This time, another ground ball over to Diaz from Cobb, and it'll be an easy play. An inning that started with some promise after a leadoff single from Brandon Boning. After a double play, 6-4-3, and another ground ball, the Saints virtually go 1-2-3 in the inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th with the Saints trailing the Orange County Riptide 0-2. We're through 5 here in Pasadena, California, and we're in the top of the 6th inning for Fino Amador in his 2nd inning of work. And it'll be Emilio Rosas starting things off in the top of the 6th for the Riptide.
Beautiful evening here in Pasadena. Always nice to see a ball game here at Jackie Robinson Field. Rose Bowl right next to us. Beautiful sunset right now.
And Fino, beautiful curveball there. Starts it off 0-1 to Rosas. Very nice day. Not too humid outside, not a cloud out there. And the lights just popping on here at Jackie Robinson. And another curveball from Amador. This one's going to miss low and even up the count 1-1.
Whole lot of beautiful here in Pasadena. Just a lot of great sights to see. Beautiful houses around here.
Not too many helicopters today.
You know, that's true.
Usually a lot of helicopters in California, but that one, a ripper from Rosas. It's going to be near the gap. Castillo's going to try to cut it off. He does, but he slips. It's going to be a strong throw to second, and he's safe on the tag attempt from Cobb. Looked like the throw beat him, but unable to lay down the tag on Rosas. A very strong throw from Castillo in center.
Yeah, that was a great play. He cut that ball off really well out in center and just had the slip that allowed Rosas to make that turn. But like you said, great throw, just missed the tag a little bit. Looks like he could have gotten him.
It'll be a double from Rosas to start off the top of the 6th. And Dwight Allen now 0 for 2 on the day in the 9 spot. Will take his first hacks versus Amador. And the first pitch to Allen will be low, curveball for ball 1.
And just the second time all season that Fino Amador has gone more than 1 inning. The last time was on June 27th against the Riptide, where he pitched 2 1/3 innings. Gave up the 1 run there, but still pitched well in that game and was able to eat up some innings for the Saints.
Amador down 1-0. And a take from Allen. He'll now be behind on him 2-0. Like you said, Amador, don't see him usually go past the 1 inning mark. Like we usually see him in the 8th or 9th as that setup man or the closer.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to feel too much pressure out there on the mound. He just does his thing, you know. He just kind of gets the ball and likes to throw a lot of strikes and isn't really fazed by a lot of things out there on the baseball field.
Got to have a quick memory and a short-term memory if you want to be a pitcher at the next level. Amador came back with a strike there. 2-1 the count. And that one just dives off the edge. It'll be 3-1 now to the Georgia Bulldog, Allen.
And there is a base open there at first base. You could get the force with a walk, but that would leave Diaz up to bat next, and he's really been the best hitter for the Riptide this game and for the season too.
Amador down 3-1 to Allen. Diaz on deck. Rosas at second. That one just misses. Thought it came back in. Home plate umpire going to call that one a ball, and Allen will walk over 90 feet to first.
Yeah, that one seemed, Fino, I think, thought it caught that front inside corner of the plate. But on that 3-1 pitch, just missed, and now 2 runners on with nobody out here for Diaz, looking to do some damage for the Riptide.
Davis Diaz didn't get an official at-bat until his last time up. Walking his first 2 times and getting the single in his 3rd appearance. This time, Amador is going to start him off quickly with a fastball and strike 1.
And that's what you like to see out of Amador, hitting that outside corner, getting ahead of hitters 0-1. Trying to work down and get a ground ball here from Diaz.
And Amador, it's going to be a time call from Diaz. Something must have flew into his eye. He'll reset. And Amador will work from 0-1. And Fino doesn't carry a large frame around, but still gets a lot of spin, a lot of velocity on that fastball. And it looks like it's coming in a lot faster than it says. And a rip from Diaz between second and first. It's going to be mishandled from Cowden. It's going to get way past him. 1 run's going to come around easily. Here comes Allen now for the second, and he's going to stop at third. What should have been a single after a 2-base error from Cowden. It's going to get all the way back to the wall. 2 runs will come around, and Diaz will be at third.
Yeah, and that took a tough hop on Josh Cowden out there in right field. And with him being the right fielder, there was no one there to back him up, so that gave Diaz all the time in the world to get to third. Honestly, thought he could have made it all the way home on that one. Could have been scampering in for an inside the park Little League home run.
Diaz will be held up at third. Don't want to get the first out at home maybe, but I agree. He plenty of time maybe there. Infield now playing in for the Saints. And Colton Freeman stepping in. That one's going to be fired in for a strike on the outside corner.
And now's where that short-term memory really got to kick into play for Fino Amador right here. Runner on third and nobody out, but he's just got to focus on the batter right here. Got to get him out of this inning, limit the damage. That's the key for him right now.
Well, two have come across and no outs have been recorded. Now quickly ahead 0-2 after the last one. The delivery from Amador, it's another ground ball that just finds its way through the infield. Diaz will come in to score easily from third, and Freeman has the RBI single.
And the Saints had the infield in there, and with it already down by 4, you know, it seemed like if Boning was playing back on that ball, he might have gotten that ball easily and gotten at least an out. But now they have a runner on first base with nobody out, and here comes the pitching coach.
Pitching coach Josh Schmidt will come check on his reliever on the bump. 3 runs have come across for the Riptide in the top of the 6th here. No outs have been recorded. And he'll bring the whole infield in to see what's going on. And right now, if you're the Riptide, you got to feel pretty good about how this inning has started off. But definitely a lot of game left. And a lot of time for the Saints that like to come around late in ball games.
That's right. The Saints do like to get a lot of hits late in the ball game, and they really just haven't been able to get any momentum off of Connolly. Cade Connolly tonight, 5 innings in the books, and he's been able to really put the Saints hitters down in order a lot of the time tonight.
Well, if you remember last time these two played, it was a 13-12 extra inning game in which 18 runs were scored from the 7th to the 9th inning between the two teams. So plenty of time left with this history as Amador, after giving up the RBI single to Freeman, will now work over to Austin Krizwick. And the first pitch will be just low. It'll start him off 1-0.
And that's just baseball, baby. When you get runs, that many runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, really anything can happen. Great thing about the sport of baseball right there.
Saints had just 1 hit after 6 innings in that game, and then would finish with 13 runs by the end of 12.
That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. You don't see that every day. But you do see that more times than once in the sport of baseball right here.
A great demonstration of perseverance and grit from the Saints. Amador, after missing low, is now behind 2-0 to Krizwick. Low and away again. He now finds himself well behind 3-0.
And these pitches are close by Amador here. They're just missing off that outside corner.
Gotta wonder what might be the limit. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. 3-0 to Krizwick. Pitch that finds the zone. Amador able to locate it. Trying to work back now, 3-1.
And Fino was one of the pitchers in that 13-12 long inning game that you're talking about, and he ended up having a tough day against this Riptide team. So his third outing against the team, and they seem to have done pretty well against him.
3-1. Krizwick might have chased ball 4, and he'll foul it away over our heads, and the count will be worked back full from Amador.
That's a big pitch there. Couldn't allow another base runner to have another free pass. If you're Fino Amador, you got to work into that strike zone, and you got to force him to hit it to the defense and make a play for you.
Count is now full from Amador. Freeman stands at first. Krizwick in the box. The pitch from Fino. It's going to catch the zone. Krizwick thought it was outside, and it'll be a strikeout.
That is a huge pitch and a great call there by the umpire. Definitely caught that outside corner of the zone. That's a big out for Fino Amador. Got one under his belt now. Now he can gain a little more confidence from that and try to work down in the zone to Terrence Simmons right here.
And it is the first out of the top of the 6th. We've seen 3 runs come across. after a leadoff double from Rosas and a walk from Allen. A Davis Diaz single as Freeman's going to try to run. Linsley's going to throw down over to Boning. He'll pick it, but it'll be a stolen base for Colton Freeman.
And Amador didn't really give his catcher much of a chance on that one. Great jump over there from first base. And, you know, Tanner Linsley made a good throw there and a good pick over there by Jackson Cobb, but he was just too fast to get into second base.
And Simmons took the first pitch for strike one. He'll be down 0-1. And with the stolen base from Freeman, it's his second of the day. And this one takes away the double play opportunity. Now Amador will have to focus on the hitter. The 0-1, low and in the zone, just below it rather. And even the count up 1-1.
Time to lock in for Amador. He's gutting out this inning. Seems to be that this is his inning, so he's going to try to keep working. Trying to keep hitting that low part of the zone right here.
1-1 to Simmons. This one low. Now Simmons is ahead of Amador, 2-1.
Better to miss low than high, but still needs that ball to be a little bit more up and between the knees of Tanner Linsley, the catcher.
Simmons was a ground out victim his first time up. Has since bounced back, finishing it off right now. 2 for 3. Back-to-back singles, even an RBI in the last one. This one's a big hit to center field. Castillo's going to watch it, and it is going to leave. Terrence Simmons unloading off of a Fino Amador fastball and is really opening this one up for the Riptide, making it now 7-0.
And like we said earlier, Terrence Simmons is one of the guys who can really do some damage for the Riptide and has been swinging such a hot bat. That's now 3 home runs in his last couple of games now. He's really been doing well for the Riptide and put him up big in this one.
And now it looks like head coach Aaron Milam has seen enough. We'll have a pitching change when we come back. Derek Yu will take the mound for the Saints. We'll go to a quick break here, and we'll see if Yu can get them out of the inning when we return back for Saints baseball.
Sending it to bat, number 15, Gavin Imovitz.
Fino Amador, an inning and a third. and he'll be taken out. And coming in for relief for him, another Ivy Leaguer out of Columbia, Derek Yu. He'll be faced off against Heimovitz. Was reached base in all 3 appearances here. Starts him off first pitch. 0-1 strike on the fastball. And Terrence Simmons homering and really opening this game up now. 7-0. 5 runs coming across this inning for the Riptide. And another quick pitch. Fastball. Yu now ahead of Heimovitz, 0-2.
And you hitting that outside corner again. Big for the Saints if he could just get us out of this inning.
That one just a little bit too outside. And it'll be 1-2 now to Heimovitz. Heimovitz, 2 for 2 on the day, an RBI single in there, and walked his last time up. Down 1-2. He's late on it. McMurray's going to try to chase it over. It's going to get out of play. And he'll stay alive, and the count will remain 1-2.
Yeah, and Derek Yu now facing, after Heimovitz, will be the later part of this order, which really hasn't done much damage. It's been the top 5 guys, including Heimovitz, who've been doing a lot of damage against these Saints pitchers. So this is a big out right here.
1-2 delivery now from Yu. It's low and away. And the count will be evened up 2-2 now to Heimovitz.
Yeah, not too hard of a take there. That one was a little bit outside. And Derek Yu's going to have to find that strike zone right here on the 2-2 pitch.
Yu continuing to work. And a fastball blown past Heimovitz. And it'll be a long second out of the top of the 6th.
Now batting for the Riptide, first baseman.
Great pitch there by Derek Yu. Getting that strikeout. He's had a lot of strikeouts here on the season. That's number 15 for him in just 11 innings total pitched. So he's got some good stuff. Just needs to keep locating his pitches and getting ahead of hitters.
Love it when you're striking out more than a batter an inning. And now Spenrath, who has struck out twice today already, Yu's looking to see if he can fool him once. That one's going to miss. And he'll be behind 1-0 to Spenrath. But working quickly, the second pitch. Spenrath's late on it, tied up now, 1-1.
That's a good pitch. Spenrath got jammed on it. Just flipped it out foul over to the seats out here in left side of the field.
1-1 now to Spenrath. Heimovitz, that's the first time he was retired via the strikeout or at all, courtesy of Derek Yu. As that one was high and away. 2-1 now to Spenrath.
The 2 down here in the 6th inning for Derek Yu. Just trying to get one more out of here and get the Saints back up to bat.
2-1 now. Yu, Spenrath's able to go the other way with it. And it'll land in front of Burden. And it'll be another hit in this 6th inning.
Long 6th inning for these Saints pitchers. A lot of hits, a lot of runs scored. And the Riptide are really threatening to put this one even further out of reach. It's already at 7 runs right now.
5 runs have come across. 3 did before the first out was even recorded in this top of the 6th. And now Blake Penso is stepping in as it looks like the only man who has not reached base. It's going to be a ground ball near second base. It's going to be fielded by Cobb. He slips, and he's still able to get the out to McMurray. A pump fake, but delivers the strike regardless, and this long top of the 6th will end. 5 runs come across for the Orange County Riptide. They open this game up. They now lead 7-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning.
designated hitter, number 25,
Cade Connolly goes 5 shutout innings here at Jackie Robinson Field. And now Nathan Katchu in for relief for the Orange County Riptide. Katchu out of Louisiana State, Shreveport. Senior from Anaheim. Another southpaw coming in to face the top of the order, and Connor Bradshaw will lead it off again here in the top of the 6th. First pitch from Cashew. Bradshaw swinging early. Can't be fielded cleanly by Spenrath, and he throws it away on top of it. But the catcher Penso was trailing, and a hard hit ball by Bradshaw will cause him to reach base.
And the Saints will take base runners any way they can. That has not been easy to come by so far tonight. But Bradshaw swinging first pitch again and hit that ball really hard right at the first baseman, and he just couldn't handle it.
And Bradshaw is reaching. Now Jake McMurray to take on Katchu. A big inning for the Riptide as McMurray takes a big hack there, trying to hit it over 374 and left.
Yeah, he might have been looking for his first home run of the season. One of the guys who hasn't hit one yet, but he's got a lot of pop in that bat. Don't let that shake you.
Has been consistently at the top of the order since coming here. Katchu nearly gets away from him. Way to bring it back, Penso. Count's going to be evened up now, 1-0. And maybe the blessing that the Saints needed with Connolly coming out now and a new arm in there in Katchu. McMurray just underneath that and late. He'll foul it away. It'll be 1-2 now.
Yeah, Connolly, he was really making the Saints look silly out there, and he was making them get quick outs, too. There's just no momentum that they could build. Couldn't get too many runners on base and never even got one to score either.
Very fast pace Connolly was working. Katchu slowing it down a little bit. The 1-2. McMurray's going to ground it over to Diaz. He'll flip over to Harmovitz, and the play to Spenrath. And it'll be another 6-4-3 double play. And quickly now 2 down for the Saints with Drew Cowley coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
Another total momentum killer there. It's a ball that was ticked off the glove from the pitcher a little bit, but with the base runner there, and now the base runner's erased, so now 2 quick outs.
Katchu's first pitch to Cowley will be bounced into the dirt, and behind now 1-0 to Cowley.
Drew Cowley 0 for 2 today, but he hit 2 balls hard to center field. Fly ball and a line out there.
I think we interrupted each other because we were going to say the same thing right there. And that one's going to be grounded over to the second baseman, Heimovitz, and it will be the end of the inning. After Bradshaw reaching, McMurray grounds out into the double play, and then Heimovitz finishes it out with Cowley. We'll head to the top of the 7th with the Saints trailing the Riptide 7-0.
Leading off for the Riptide.
And after Bradshaw reaching via the error,
Emilio
quickly the
Rosas.
6-4-3 double play shuts down McMurray. And it's another inning with no hits and very few guys coming to the plate for the Saints. And now Emilio Rosas will start off the 7th inning versus Derek Yu, who came in for relief at the end of last inning. That one well foul, and he'll start him off 0-1.
McMurray giving chase there. He sprinted pretty hard there for a second. Didn't really have a chance, but I like to see the effort out there from McMurray.
And if there wasn't an imaginary white line separating the out-of-bounds play and the play of field, McMurray would have kept after that one for sure. Big hustle guy.
That's right. Big hustle guy over there at first base. Great athlete. Great defender and a good hitter for the Saints.
And while we were discussing the great build of McMurray over there, you now ahead 0-2. And Rosas taking a close one there, but it'll be just outside. 1-2 now to Rosas.
It's a good spot there from Derek Yu. Living on that outside part of the plate. And still ahead with 2 strikes here and only 1 ball.
1-2 now. Breaking ball in the dirt. Counts now evened up 2-2 to Rosas. 2 for 3 so far today is Emilio Rosas. The leadoff double last inning. And now Yu, who started off 0-2, has now fallen back. And the count's now full.
Yeah, full count here from Derek Yu. He was ahead in that count and used some pitches to kind of get him to try to get him to swing. But now 3-2, going to need to find the zone.
Full count pitch from Yu. It's going to be fouled off into the glove and doesn't matter. Works it back for a strikeout on Rosas. And it's the first out of the top of the 7th.
Big first out. Going to need to get these Riptide hitters out quickly if the Saints are going to have a chance in this one. So getting that first out is really big for Derek Yu out there.
Dwight Allen now. The SEC product, the Georgia Bulldog. Batting 9th today. Will take his hacks versus Derek Yu, and 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Bunt sign pulls away, and it's a strike anyway. Still 0-1 to Dwight Allen.
You know, a lot of guys try to show that fake bunt sign to throw off the pitcher, but Yu was not phased at all. Threw it right where the bat was, and Dwight Allen just pulled it back for a called strike.
Yu unfazed, has a little bit of a pace going here. 0-1. Curveball finds the zone. And it's now ahead 0-2 to Allen.
Derek has shown great control tonight. That curveball was tight and a good spot. Now ahead 0-2. Got some pitches to work with. Can get Dwight Allen to try to chase here.
0-2 from Yu. And it's fouled off. Defensive swing from Allen. The count will remain 0-2.
It's another good pitch by Derek Yu. Up in the zone a little bit and a little bit outside. But Allen did a good job to fight that one off, and now he gets to see another pitch here.
Yu now ahead 0-2 to Allen. And that's the curveball you were talking about. This time Allen holds off on it. And it's 1-2.
And I like to see that pitch from Derek Yu. Low, below the zone, and not a pitch that Allen could really do anything with besides swing and miss. But he did well to hold up on that one.
Yu, after the curveball in the dirt, comes right back to Allen. This time he's fouling it off again. And the count's going to remain 1-2.
Nice little battle here between Yu and Allen. Allen staying on that fastball.
Derek Yu came in for relief last inning after that pitch just missing outside. 2-2. After Amador needed to be pulled after allowing a few runs. 5 runs coming across in the top of the 6th. Now a 7-0 ball game here at Jackie Robinson Field. 2-2 the count from Yu. And ripped into right field. And Cowden's going to have to play it, but after it hits the grass, and it's going to be a single, and the first hit of the ball game for Dwight Allen.
And that was a great piece of hitting and a great at-bat there by Allen. Fought off a couple tough fastballs and was able to find one that was in his wheelhouse, and he gave that one a ride out there to right field.
Went with that pitch and found its way out to right field. Now the man of the day so far, Davis Diaz. 2 for 2 today, but 2 walks as well as reached in all 4 plate appearances so far. And let's see how you attacks him. It'll be with a first pitch fastball, and it'll catch the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Like to see him living there at the knees. It's a good first pitch strike there, trying to work ahead of these hitters.
0-1 now the count to Diaz. Allen moving a little bit over at first base. We've seen a couple stolen bases already today. That one missed. Now the count evened up 1-1.
And if you're Derek Yu, you're going to keep an eye on that runner at first base, but your main focus is the guy in the batter's box. Davis Diaz is a tough out, so he's really got to bear down and try to get him to work down in the zone and get a ground ball right here.
And stepping off now, Yu has picked off Allen, and he gets the yips and throws it into center field. A big mishap from Derek Yu there. Had Allen dead in the rights. All he had to do was step off and deliver the pitch, and he throws it into center field.
And I think you said it just perfectly there. I think Derek just kind of got the yips or something there. It looked like it was a nice, easy throw. Could have even underhand tossed it there, but that's the second time we've seen that from Derek Yu. In his last outing had a similar mistake there, and he's just going to have to really focus on the hitter now. Try to shake that. It's that short memory as a relief pitcher. You got to be able to work off those errors and focus on the hitter that's in the batter's box.
Got to settle down now here, Derek Yu. Diaz definitely a batter that needs your full attention as a pitcher, especially on a day like today. 2 for 2, couple of singles, and 2 walks to go along with his 4 plate appearances so far today. Yu now looking over at the runner, and that one low and away. And now Diaz is ahead of Yu, 2-1.
And Allen was dancing over there between second and third. He knows that Yu's probably going to be thinking about him after that play, and Allen might try to take advantage another time right here.
And Allen just started running. You hear everyone yell, step off. Derek Yu sees him. Allen virtually giving up. And Derek Yu just losing focus for a little bit. 2-1 pitch. This one low and away. It's now 3-1 to Diaz.
And those last 2 pitches were not close. Off the outside. An easy takes there for Diaz. But with the base open at first, Joaquin Diaz, he's gotten on base every time, but he's also shown that he can swing the bat real well too.
And last thing you want to do is give up more runs right now if you're the Saints. The bats have not been hot right now. And the 3-1. Yu's able to find the zone again, and the count will now be full to Davis Diaz.
That's a good pitch by Derek Yu. After those 2 that were way outside, he was able to put that one right on the outside corner of the plate. And he's going to look to hit that spot again, trying to make it tough for Diaz to get a good swing on the ball.
Yu likes his sign from Linsley. The full count delivery. Here's the pitch to Diaz. He'll foul it away after being late on the fastball, but the count will remain full to Davis Diaz.
And that's a great fight-me-off swing there from Diaz. Just spoiled a great pitch by Derek Yu. He was a little late on it, but I think he knew he was just trying to foul that one off and see another pitch here.
Inning started with a strikeout from Rosas. Then Dwight Allen reaching via the single. Able to advance to second on a throwing error from Yu. And now Diaz is here with a full count. This one's going to be ripped to right field. It's going to be the first play. There's going to be a throw to home, and it gets away. Cowden launched it over there to Linsley and skips away from Linsley, and now Diaz will stand at second.
That was a great piece of hitting there by Davis Diaz. Another shot to right field. He's really gone with the location of those pitches all night. And that's his 3rd hit of the game and his 5th time reaching base in 5 plate appearances.
Started the game off with 2 walks and then back-to-back-to-back singles for Diaz and back-to-back RBI singles.
And all of them hit real hard, especially the last 2. So now Derek Yu's going to have to focus on the next guy up, Colton Freeman, who is now 1 for 4 on the afternoon with a single.
First pitch to Freeman will be fired in, fastball, strike one. The last 2 innings, it's really opened up for the Riptide. After 5, it was 2-0. Now it sits 8-0. 5 runs coming across in the 6th and 1 now here in the 8th with only 1 down still and the top of the lineup for the Riptide. As you curveball now will make it 1-1 to Freeman.
And with Krizwick and then Simmons on deck, this is the dangerous part of the order that Derek Yu needs to be careful with. Needs to find his spots and really hit his location here.
1-1 from you. That one will find the zone. And ahead on Freeman now, 1-2.
And Derek's been able to get 2 strikes on a couple of these hitters, but it's been tough to put him away here. So we're definitely looking to see a good strikeout pitch from Derek Yu.
Ahead of Freeman now, 1-2 the pitch. And defensive swing from Freeman. You going to have to throw this one over to first. And he'll make that throw. And it'll be the second out of the inning via the ground ball to the pitcher. That Diaz will move over from second to third. But 2 down now with Austin Krizwick to take the plate.
And that was a great pitch there. Really had Freeman out in front and just putting a contact swing on the ball, but right back to you. And he made the easy play going to first. So now 2 down. Looking to get that last one.
First pitch to Krizwick will be low and taken for ball 1 from Derek Yu.
Still a lot of time left in this game. Only the top of the 7th. Never know what can happen with this Saints offense. They got a lot of firepower in it.
And the 1-0 now from you. It's going to be fouled off from Krizwick, evening the count 1-1. And you mentioned the firepower from the Saints. Took a couple guys off yesterday and lost the nail-biter pitcher's duel to the Foresters. 1-0. As Derek Yu will call time to tie his shoe. And the Saints now are in danger of not scoring in 2 consecutive ball games. Not something we usually see from Aaron Milam's offense.
Yeah, like you said, they've been consistently good on offense all season long, but these last 2 games, last night was a lot of good pitching out there from the Foresters. And tonight, too, with the Riptide. They've been pitching well as well, but the Saints tonight have just killed all of their momentum. Any time they've gotten runners on, it seems they've just a lot of double plays, a lot of quick outs. Just nothing to build on offense.
After the take there from Krizwick, he'll take again. And now the 1-1 count quickly turns into a 3-1 count.
And with Terrence Simmons on deck, he wants to come up to bat with 2 runners on in this inning. Hit an absolute missile to center field last time for his 4th home run of the year. So Derek Yu's going to try to get this one in the zone here. Trying to get Krizwick to roll over on something.
3-1 now to Krizwick. That one blown past him there. And you will now make the count full.
And that's a great fastball from you. A lot of life on there, a lot of velocity. Just by Krizwick there.
Full count now to Krizwick. You to work back. Pitch from the stretch. It's low, bounces in. Good block by Linsley to keep Diaz at third. But it will cause Krizwick to move over to first.
And here comes the other guy who's been tearing apart the Saints pitchers today. After a ground ball in the first, they have not been able to retire him. He's gotten 2 singles and that long home run to center in his last 3 at-bats.
Terrence Simmons now with 2 down, runners at the corners. It's Diaz at third and Krizwick at first. The first pitch from you underway. It's taken, strike 1.
There's been a lot of first pitch strikes from the Saints, but the problem tonight has just been finishing off their hitters. They've been able to get ahead, been able to get 2 strikes on a lot of guys, but just haven't been able to get those putouts after getting ahead of hitters.
And now the 0-1 from you. That one thought it was low with Simmons, but Now Derek Yu gets the call in his favor. And now well ahead, 0-2.
That was a great spot there by Yu. Like we said, ahead 0-2 again. And we'll see if he can put him away this time.
Quickly 0-2. Yu's going to work fast here. That one on the outside corner. And will be called a ball by the home plate umpire. They'll check over to see if he swung. And they'll say, no, he did not. It's now 1-2.
I think Yu really wanted that spot, and Tanner Linsley as well. And it was close on that outside corner.
Derek Yu now pitching 1-2. That one fouled straight back from Simmons. Right on it. But the count will remain 1-2.
And that one, with a 1-2 count, caught a little bit too much plate there. Lucky that Simmons didn't put a better swing on that ball. But Yu catching a break there, and now he's still got 1-2 count on to Simmons.
Yu's going to step off and rework to Simmons. 1-2 pitch to Simmons. That curveball hangs a little bit, but deep left field. And Burden lost it in the lights. He can't find it. He's going to throw that one in now over to third. It looked like he had an easy play, and at the last second, he gestured that he lost it. Hard to see the ball at night here at Jackie Robinson, maybe. And 2 runs will come across.
And this disaster of the last couple innings continues for the Saints. Can't catch a break with that one just getting hit above the lights a little bit. It did look like Burden was camped under it, but then the ball landed about 20 feet to his right.
And Terrence Simmons was well underneath it, and Burden unable to find it again. Diaz and Krizwick will come across, and it is now 10-0 here in the top of the 7th. And that first pitch to Heimovitz will be taken for ball 1.
10-0. Not a lot of games like this for the Saints. They've had a lot on the other end of the spectrum where they're hitting 10-0 in their favor, but this is one of the first games that they've really been down by this many runs. So they're going to need Derek Yu to just pitch the last out here and get him out of the inning and get the bats right up and hopefully get a couple rallies going, at least get the bats feeling a little better.
And at this point, just for your confidence, you'd like to not be shut out, especially not at home against a team that you're 3-1 against already on the season. They've got the number on them right now, though. 1-0 quickly becomes 2-0 as that one misses up and inside.
And Yu's just got to be able to flush that last play. Probably thought that it was going to be caught, that fly ball to left field. But anything can happen here, and now behind 2-0.
Well, remember, right there, ground ball to first. McMurray able to field it, runs into the umpire, hustling over to first, and he will get the third out. Couple plays in there that could have resulted in that third out previously. 3 runs come across for the Riptide, and they now lead 10-0 as it's stretch time here in Pasadena.
attention, please. Now batting for the Saints.
And 3 runs come across for the Riptide in the top of the 7th.
Bo Willis.
And a pinch hitter now will come in for the Saints. Josh Cowden's day will be done, and Bo Willis will get the first at-bat of the bottom of the 7th.
Bo Willis had a couple of good at-bats yesterday for the Saints. Single and a walk out there in Santa Barbara. One of few Saints to get a couple hits last night.
And Kachu is out for his second inning of relief. And Willis puts a charge into that one. And it's going to be caught over there by Allen, falling over in left. He just reaches out, and that's kind of been the story of the day for the Saints. Anytime momentum seems to come their way, it is quickly shut down by the Riptide.
And what a play out there by Allen. He was going back on the ball and seemed like the ball could have been tailing back to the left, but he was able to reach out there and catch it while falling down. And like you said, that is the story for tonight. Just nothing going right for the Saints offensively, defensively, and pitching.
And Tanner Linsley will now take his third AB here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch will be strike 1. Kachu working fast. Curveball on the outside corner. It's 0-2.
Jay Cruz now grabbing a bat and is in the on-deck circle for the Saints. One of the new guys on the team.
And Linsley following that one off his body. Able to bounce in front of him first. Won't hurt too bad. Count will still be 0-2. The 0-2 on the outside just falls off the plate. And that's one that Nathan Kachu thought he had, but it'll be 1-2 now to Linsley. Chokes up on the bat a little bit. Ready for the next pitch. This one ripped over to second base. It's going to be easily fielded by Heimovitz. He'll throw over to Spenrath. And there's now 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th.
2 quick outs again. And now we got 2 down. And still 0 runs put up on the board. But pinch hitting now Jay Cruz. He had a nice rip down in Santa Barbara down the right field line. And was able to get over to third, stretching out his double after an error. That was his first hit for the Saints. So we'll see if he can build off of that momentum from last night and try to get another rip here.
Not much momentum in his favor right now for his at-bat. Quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Kachu will work to Cruz. It's back to that curveball, and he has really located that this inning. It's going to be on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, not a lot of swings from the Saints on that curveball.
It's a fastball that we've seen called low in the zone today. It's going to continue to be there, 0-2. Kachu working quick, 0-2 to Cruz. Gets a piece of it. It should be a lot easier than the first out Allen made, and it will be. 1-2-3 inning from Kachu, and the Saints have yet to find their first run of the game. We head to the top of the 8th with the Saints trailing the OC Riptide 10-0. And we're through 7 complete here in Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California, and it has not been going in the Saints' favor today. 10-0 right now through 7 here in the top of the 8th. Pitching change. Derek Useday will be over, and now newcomer making his appearance today, 3rd on the season, Rashad Ruff. And he'll find the zone here against Spenrath, and he'll be ahead 0-1.
Yeah, Rashad Ruff coming in here in relief, and this game just really has not gone anywhere in the Saints' favor. We started out in this game with a couple of C&I ground balls from the Riptide, just balls that if they were a little bit to the left or right would have been easy putouts, but that luck has just continued all night for Orange County.
And after that one, 0-2 now to Spenrath, and he'll foul it away, and the count will remain 0-2. And you mentioned you had the OC Riptide just putting the ball in play. Really been on top of the baseball since the beginning of the ball game, and that success may be translating to that early aggression. And what turned into ground ball dribblers really was hard hit singles into the corner outfields.
That was a great pitch there by Ruff on the 0-2. Tried to catch that low outside corner and looked like he did, but just a little bit offside the plate.
Pitch just misses. Ruff to work again from the 1-2. The pitch. And it's blown right past Spenrath. And the first batter Rashawn Ruff sees will be a strikeout.
And Ruff just building off his last outing. He pitched last for the Saints against the Oaks on Friday night. And although he did allow a home run to the first batter, he was able to come right back after that and strike out the side, really showing that short memory. And he's built right on that. 4 straight batters that he's faced have struck out now.
And after Spenrath goes down via the strikeout, it's going to be Penso in. Broke the bat, it sounds like. And now a lazy pop-up. And swinging first pitch, it's going to be the second out to second base. Jackson Cobb able to retire. Penso.
And this is what the Saints could have used a couple innings ago. A nice quick inning, 2 quick outs, but seems down by 10 runs now. Not going to build too much momentum for them, but Rashad Ruff doing his job and making sure that he's making his pitches no matter what the score is.
Yeah, and Ruff quickly 2 outs as that one just missing low, 1-0 to this Riptide offense. And these stats still count the same for Ruff. He doesn't want to go out there and give up any of these runs. He wants to have a clean inning, maybe clean 2 innings if they should keep him out there. And he's going to continue to work, but now behind 2-0 to Rosas.
He's got good velocity on that fastball. Not too big of a guy, but he gets a lot of whip action on that fastball. And he's shown that he's blown that fastball by a couple of guys.
2-0 now to Rosas. Ruff this time is going to find the zone. And now starting to work back. It's 2-1.
And that 2-0 pitch for a strike looked pretty similar to the first pitch of this at-bat that the umpire called a little too low, I think.
Now the 2-1, that one well low. Rosas being patient here in the later innings. 3-1 the count to Rosas. Full green light, you would think, being up 10 runs here in the 8th. And a 3-1 count to Rosas. The pitch from Ruff out of the windup, and that one will find the zone.
Great 3-1
It'll
pitch.
be a full count.
That's a good pitch there. 2 strikes on him now. You said full count. And Rashad Ruff just trying to do his thing, trying to work the Saints back into the game, try to get him a little bit of momentum.
And blows that one by him. His second strikeout of the inning. And Rashad Ruff has been one of the least rough parts of the game so far for the Saints. A 1-2-3 inning for him here in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Saints still trail 10-0. Nathan Kachu out again after making quick work. 1, 2, 3 the last inning with Willis flying out, Linsley grounding out, and Cruz flying out. Bottom of the 8th here, Brandon Boning set to start things off for the Saints. And he's swinging first pitch, chasing down to a knee, and he'll be behind 0-1 to Kachu.
Yeah, it's a low pitch. Not in the strike zone, but Boning, I think, was looking for that fastball and it was down.
And there is the fastball down. Bouncing in to Penso. And the count will be evened up now 1-1. And Boning putting a little bit of charge into this one. Looks like he got a little underneath it. Allen camping out under it. And it'll be the first out of the 8th.
Your attention, please. Now batting for the Saints.
Tommy Castillo coming up now. Got a hit on the day. And Saints would like to see him get on. Need base runners. 10 of them, to be exact. Well, 10 runs, you know. This could be the start of it. You never know what could happen.
1 out rally here in effect. And taking the first pitch in the right direction is Tommy Castillo. He's ahead 1-0.
That is a huge take. 3 more of those and he's on first. And then, you know, we could just keep going off of that.
Going to have to get ahead of Kachu. But he quickly evens it up. And it is now 1-1 to Castillo. Let's see if his approach now changes. Quickly, Kachu working. Castillo puts a rip into a ball, but it's barreled up right to the center fielder, Simmons. And 2 hard hit balls to start the inning will result in 2 outs for the Saints.
Quite remarkable that every single ball that the Saints have hit hard tonight seems to have been straight at one of these Riptide defenders.
Whether lining out to the infielders or big hits out to the outfield, it has not gone the Saints' way. And Jackson Cobb, the 9 spot, will be hitting here, taking first pitch for a ball, 1-0. And Kachu working quickly. This one he finds, and it is now 1-1.
Jackson Cobb here batting in the 9 hole where he's found a lot of success this season.
And Cobb, that one will drop in. And a good piece of hitting near the other way. It lands in front of Simmons in the left center gap. And Jackson Cobb has his first hit of the ball game. And it's a single with 2 down here in the 8th. And now look at this. Pitching in the top of the 8th, now batting in the bottom of the 8th, Rashad Ruff coming in for Connor Bradshaw.
And Rashad Ruff has been taking batting practice, been getting his hacks in. And this is his first at-bat for the Saints. And we'll see if he can put a little drive in the ball, give them some much-needed energy.
Said he plays middle infield at college, does have some experience with the bat in his hands. He'll take that pitch, and he'll be ahead 1-0.
A man of many talents. 2 strikeouts in that last inning, and now getting a chance to do it with the bat.
And Ruff, good eye here again. Now ahead 2-0 to Kachu.
Great take. Ahead 2-0. And we'll see if he puts a charge into this one, really unleashes that bat.
Kachu looks over at Cobb at first, then looks at Ruff. Ruff able to put one in between short and third. And now the Saints pitchers are officially 2 for 2 batting on the year. Amador got the first hit for the pitchers, and now Ruff in his first AB of the summer. Comes a little late in the year, but it's his first hit.
And maybe we should just put together a lineup of all relief pitchers. We might get a lot more hits than we've seen all tonight.
Ruff able to reach on the single. Now McMurray will bat. Fouls that one off, 0-1.
Little bit of a rally going here for the Saints. Only the second time all game that they've had 2 runners on base. But yet again, there's 2 outs.
And that's the stat that you need to hear. Just the second inning, they've had 2 runners on base. 1 or less in all the others. As McMurray, fouling off the last 2, now finds himself down 0-2.
And Drew Cowley waiting on deck. If McMurray were to reach, he'd get a chance in this inning. And, you know, maybe he could hit a little 10-run bomb. I don't know. Anything. Drew Cowley can do anything.
Would have to have the bases loaded twice in one at-bat to get to 8. And
8 plus 2 is 10. That's, you know, we're getting close there.
getting close. 1-2 now the count to McMurray after taking the curveball low. First 2 runners flying out, and then the next 2, Cobb and Ruff, come on for singles. And now McMurray's up. And this one's ripped up the middle, and it's going to get through over there. And McMurray will have a single, and Jackson Cobb will come in to score, and it's the first run of the game for the Saints, and they will not be shut out.
Hey, man, that's how it starts. We got 1 on the board now. Still runners on first and second. Good part of the lineup coming up with Drew Cowley right here. And Cashew's giving up 3 straight hits now. A lot of pitches thrown by him. A lot of innings covered, too.
Now brings in Drew Cowley with Ruff at second and McMurray at first. First pitch from Cashew to Cowley is outside for ball 1.
Drew Cowley 0 for 3 today. Couple of good swings. Just hasn't found a gap yet.
Cashew will step off. And rework now to Cowley. 1-0 the count to Drew Cowley. And the pitch from Cashew. Curveball finds the zone. It'll be a strike, 1-1 now.
Yeah, good curveball there by Cashew. Catching the bottom part of the zone. Not something that Drew Cowley could really drive too well.
Evened up now, 1-1. The pitch. Cowley gets all over it. It's Simmons running after it. We'll see where he gets it. And it's on the run. A well-hit ball from Drew Cowley. And Simmons able to get underneath it in the right center gap and end the inning. 3 hits for the Saints. 1 run will come across. They chip away, but find themselves down 10-1 heading into the top of the 9th inning. You're watching Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. We're through 8 here in Pasadena at Jackie Robinson Field. Rashad Ruff picking up his first hit of the summer in the bottom of the 8th. Pitched a 1-2-3 top of the 8th, and he'll find himself coming out in the top of the 9th. And number 22, Dwight Allen, will step in, the 9-hitter. And the first pitch from Ruff is a fastball up and away for ball 1.
And Rashad Ruff doing his best Shohei Ohtani impression, that two-way player with a knock and a solid inning pitch. Going out for his second one right here.
His second inning of work. And his second ball now to Allen, 2-0. But now the Saints at least get a run to come across.
And that's big.
We're getting shut out. And Ruff having some command issues now. Quickly behind 3-0 to Allen.
Yeah, great for the Saints to get one on the board. Never want to get shut out at home. That's always a tough scene. So 1 run, we'll take it.
And finding the zone again is Ruff. Gets that one across the plate. 3-1 now to Allen. Now the 3-1. This one low, but it'll be called a strike. We've seen that low fastball get called quite a bit today from home plate umpire. All you can ask for is consistency. Counts work back full.
That's right. Great spot there by Rashad Ruff. Hitting his spots pretty consistently in his short time with the Saints.
Full count pitch. Works it all the way back, and he'll get a strikeout looking on Allen.
And that's that low fastball yet again. Dwight Allen didn't give it a chance, and the home plate umpire said, yeah, I'm going to call that one again. I'm going to call him strike 3 right there.
And he's stuck with no on-base percentage points and a long walk with the head down to the dugout. And now this would be a big out here if Ruff could find a way to do it. Diaz. And that first one, fastball in there for strike 1 to Diaz.
Just getting Diaz out tonight would be a huge accomplishment for the Saints. He's reached base all 5 times, 3 hits, 2 walks, and he's been a problem in that leadoff spot.
And this another pitch finds the zone there for Ruff. Ahead now on Diaz, 0-2.
Live down there, Rashad Ruff. Just live in that low fastball zone. Umpire's been calling it consistently, and the Riptide haven't been swinging at it.
0-2 pitch from Ruff, and he's looking at it again. And Rashad Ruff has really come in and looked commanding in his inning and 2/3. Gets Diaz, the man that no one could get out, striking out looking on 3 pitches.
That's 4 strikeouts now for Rashad Ruff, and 7 in his last 2 games dating back to Friday. He's got great command, hitting that low spot, pitching really well for the Saints.
4 strikeouts and 5 batters for Ruff, and he's working on Freeman, and ahead now 0-1 to him.
And that's a great job by Ruff to come into a game where the Saints seem to be pretty far out of it, down 10-1, but doing his job, making sure he's still making his pitches.
And a big hack from Freeman. He'll find himself down 0-2 now to Ruff. He'll choke up a little bit on the bat and see if he can get the bat around quicker. Ruff looking for his 5th strikeout in just 6 batters. Here it is, the 0-2 pitch, fouled off.
Yeah, good swing there by Freeman. But Ruff still attacking that zone, working quick and trying to get the Saints right back in the dugout and give them one last shot at coming back in this one.
Score sits 10-1 in the top of the 9th. Rashad Ruff, the 0-2 pitch. This one high, and it'll be a ball.
Looks like that could have tipped off the bat. I'm not actually too sure there.
Oh, that's what happened.
That was close. It sounded like it hit the glove. I think it was a
Must have been the bat on that one. It is still 0-2 in the count. And that low fastball came back up thanks to Tanner Linsley's glove. Freeman not very happy about it. And Rashad Ruff gets his 5th strikeout in 2 innings of work. the lone bright spot so far here for the Saints. They head to the bottom of the ninth, trailing the Riptide 10-1. And we head to the bottom of the ninth here at Jackie Robinson Field. And we have a pitching change for the Orange County Riptide. Nathan Catchew's day will be done. Ethan Holt, the lefty, righty out of the University of San Diego, California. He'll be faced with the task of Bo Willis, who was a pinch hitter for Josh Cowden his last time up and flew out to left field, and he'll take the first pitch, strike one.
Yeah, Bo Willis really put a drive into that ball. It was loud off the bat too, but just a great catch out there by Allen.
And this one grounded over to third base. It's going to be Rosa. It's going to be a tough play to get Willis, and it's fired away, and Willis will get second base on the ball out of play from Rosas.
That's how it starts. Leadoff runner on second base. Just need to keep the line moving here for the Saints.
And leadoff runner will score over to second. And Tanner Linsley now will be up to face Ethan Holt. Linsley currently sitting 0 for 3 right now. First pitch from Holt, outside. It's going to be ball one.
Good take there by Tanner Linsley. Off the plate, not something he can drive, so he's going to take that first pitch. Looking for something to drive the other way and put a good swing on the ball here.
1-0 now to Linsley. That one will be taken, and the count will get evened up quickly, 1-1.
Yeah, that's a good pitch there. The first right-handed pitcher that the Saints have faced all game. And maybe that was the strategy here for the Riptide. Knowing the Saints have a lot of left-handed hitters, they were able to really do a lot of damage with their left-handed pitchers tonight.
As Linsley takes a big cut and is now down 1-2. And you saw that out of Cade Connolly, who had a great day for the Riptide. Went 5 shutout innings and really kept a very quick pace that the Saints lefties really couldn't keep up with today.
Now, a lot of quick outs, a lot of, quick at-bats for the Saints tonight.
As that one's fouled off back off the glove of Penso. Unable to squeeze it. And Linsley will live for another pitch. 1-2 now the count to Tanner Linsley. And the delivery from Holt. Swung on and missed. And it's the first out of the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, and that's a great pitch there. Outside corner and just had Tanner Linsley reaching for it. And here's those helicopters you've been talking about all summer long, flying over the field. Or maybe that's an airplane. I think that might be an airplane.
I think that I can't really tell. It's moving pretty fast out there.
Low and fast and loud.
And now Jake Cruz, he'll have a chance. That one's going to sneak through up the middle. Bo Willis will come around to score, and Jake Cruz has a RBI single up the middle that gets past Heimovitz. And now Brandon Boning will step in. Very nice piece of hitting from Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz building on that double from last night. RBI single right there and doubles the Saints' runs for the night. Now we got two. Down 10-2 with one out here in the ninth inning.
Chipping away, chipping away. Gonna have to get all 8 at least to tie this thing up should they want to continue playing. Boning will take that one for ball 1. Saints have the day off tomorrow. Would be back here on Tuesday. As Boning falls that one off, making it 1-1. Would be back here on Tuesday to take on the Santa Barbara Foresters here at Jackie Robinson Field. Last time they'll see them this season. And the 1-1 now to Boning.
That's a good take there by Boning. Down, curveball down low. Not something to drive. Looking for just his pitch.
Last time they'll see them at Jackie Robinson Field, at least. And a pitch inside on the hands from Boning. It's going to be trouble, and it's going to land in between there. Cruz able to move over to second. Caught in the Bermuda Triangle of left, center, and short. And Boning will collect his second hit today. Both have not been the hardest hit singles, but in the stat book it says he's 2 for 4 right now.
Yeah, those are 100 miles off the bat in the stat sheet. And this is what you like to see from the Saints. Down by a lot, but still putting up a fight, and it's something to build off going into next week.
And now Tommy Castillo will step in. Has a single already today. And now taking the first pitch, 1-0. And that one again taken now, 2-0 to Castillo.
Ahead in the count now, Castillo is. And with runners on base, he's looking to put one in a hole, driving another run, keep chipping away at this lead.
This one again taken now, 3-0. And just one down here in the bottom of the ninth. Runners now at second and first. Tommy Castillo up to bat. Jackson Cobb will be on deck. And the 3-0. This one misses. Castillo will walk on 4 pitches. And Jackson Cobb will now be up with the bases loaded and one down here in the ninth.
And this is a rally you would have hoped to see earlier in the game, but still the Saints are threatening here. And keeping the line moving can put a lot of pressure on that pitcher out there. And like we said, that's just baseball. Anything can happen. They could score as many runs as they want in this inning if they just keep putting the ball in the holes.
Bases now loaded. And Jackson Cobb fires one just late on it. And it'll be a foul ball, and it'll start Holt ahead of him, 0-1.
Yeah, Jackson Cobb is locked in for these Saints. Swinging a hot bat.
Taking a pitch there. Even it up now, 1-1.
Hitting well above 330 this season. And one of the young guys who's really been productive.
Jackson Cobb, born in 2002. Rips it right over there to Heimovitz. And a hard hit ball just right back to someone. Cruz, rather Boning, just off second base. And it'll be an inning-ending, game-ending double play here in Pasadena.
Well,
Saints tried to rally late, but just seemed like it wasn't in their favor today. They'll drop this one to the Riptide after 9, 2-10.
and like we said, they rallied there at the end, and that's something that Milam's going to be looking for them to build on there. But, just a tough one all around for the Saints. Not a whole lot of bright spots out there, but still, yeah, that 10-2 defeat.
Saints will now move to 15-9 in conference play, while the Riptide will improve to 12-13. A tight race in the CCL South right now, and any team's ball game and any team's division coming ahead with the playoffs coming up next week. And right now, Lucas, if you got to be in the huddle for the Saints, what's something you think that you can find to improve upon today that you saw maybe is the reason why the Saints fell to the Riptide here 2-10?
One of the biggest things for the Saints tonight was just swinging early in the count and not the greatest approaches to the plate. They were swinging out of pitches that really weren't ones that they could drive too well, and that was the reason for Connolly getting them out so quickly. And he was working so fast and throwing a lot of strikes that the Saints hitters just couldn't really get on top of. And the pitching had a couple of rough moments there and a couple of things that really just didn't go their way. But this is just one that Aaron Milam's got to tell his guys, you just got to flush this one. It's every team's going to have games like this, and this is one of the first times the Saints have really experienced a loss quite like this one. So they just got to flush it. With only 1 week left in the regular season, they got to be able to put this one behind them and win the majority of their next games in order to make a good run for that top seed in the playoffs.
Cade Connolly was the starter today for the Riptide. He'll get the victory. Vizcaino, the starter today for the Saints, despite a pretty decent outing, will take on the loss. And the Saints will fall to 19-12 on the season, now 2 in a row down in league play, as they lose to the Orange County Riptide here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, 10-2. The Saints will be back on Tuesday to take on the Santa Barbara Foresters here at Jackie Robinson Field. First pitch will be at 6:05. For all of you listening at home and everyone in attendance here, I'm Tommy Wirtz. It was a pleasure today. To my right, Lucas Banks. Thank you for joining me today, Lucas. Everyone have a safe night, and good night, Mom.
Good night, Dad. Good night, Mom.